Welcome in, everyone, to Cumberland County High School for the season opener across the Upper Cumberland. It is Thursday night football here on UCR. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by the great Craig Cantrell as the Livingston Academy Wildcats go on the road to Crossville and get set to take on the Cumberland County Jets. We welcome you in, and how great is it that Thursday nights are finally back here on the football field. The weather absolutely perfect. And also, we welcome in Craig Cantrell. Glad to have him a part of Team UCR here tonight, and glad to have you a part of Livingston Academy football once again.
Well, I appreciate getting the opportunity to be able to do this. I want to thank everybody at Upper Cumberland Reporter for allowing me to have the opportunity to do this. Just going to try to do the best job I can for our broadcast each time, and hey, let's have some fun.
That's right. Let's have some fun indeed for Livingston Academy and for the Cumberland County Jets, two teams that are in similar spots. The Cumberland County independent this year, not in region play. Obviously, this has been a region game the last few years. Last 2 years, Livingston Academy has been able to win it, and you were on the game last time these two teams played. Heck of a football game. Livingston Academy came back, down most of the game, ended up winning 22-21. Had to go pretty far back in the playbook in that game, but able to get the job done. But a good spot here for these Wildcats to try to get off on the right foot.
Yeah, this is a chance for a new head coach to come in on the road and make kind of a statement and in week number one, because it's very difficult when you take over any job. Anybody knows that, and we're coaching high school kids at your alma mater. It's really difficult. So you want to get off to the best start you can. And Cumberland County, they're kind of in a rebuilding mode still. They have been for a few years. They had 1 year, 4 or 5 years ago, they had a great run to get into the playoffs, I believe. But they're not as strong as most teams around. So Livingston, good chance to come out here, maybe get started well, get a win before they get their first home game next week.
Of course, you mentioned it there for the Livingston Academy Wildcats. New head coach Caleb Qualls this season taking over for Matt Hauser, who is here today. He's just kind of an analyst today, helping out with the flow of things up in the press box. But for the Wildcats, it's Caleb Qualls' team. Obviously played here a few years ago, and about a decade ago now was a quarterback for the Wildcats and had a couple of good seasons as quarterback. Now taking over as head coach. I mean, Greg, you've been around this program. You know how storied this program is and how big of an opportunity it is for Caleb to kind of take over here. And, again, another big opportunity to get his first win tonight.
Let me tell you, the biggest thing you can say about Caleb Qualls is he is an intelligent young man. He was on the field when he played. He is when he coaches. This is going to be a team that's prepared every Friday night. You look at his stats from high school, he didn't throw the ball very much. The reason why? Dylan Linder was in the backfield with him. You hand it to Dylan, and good things happen, and that's kind of what they did. They went to the third round. I think it was his senior year. They made it to the third round before getting beat by Loudon over at Loudon, and a team that went on to the next round. I think they were eliminated, but just a great run. And Caleb he was they call them game managers, but he really ran the game. That's what he did. He controlled what was going on. His coaches knew that he would always have everybody ready, and he knew where everybody was supposed to be. So he was kind of that coach on the field. I know it's kind of cliche to say that, but that's what he was, and he was able to do that as good as anybody.
Well, we'll see if he's able to kind of transfer that into now being that head coach, as you see the captains out there at midfield for the first coin toss of the season in the Upper Cumberland here at Jets Stadium. Once again, Jacob Vincent alongside the great Craig Cantrell, and glad to have him along as part of Team UCR, the head official, about ready to flip the coin to get this season underway in the Upper Cumberland. Craig will be doing play-by-play tonight, so we'll hand it over to him.
And you said this was the first time you've been to Cumberland County High School. Well, Jacob, welcome to the home uniforms of Cumberland County. It's not easy to see those, and we're going to do our very best to know who everybody is on both sides of the football as they get together with the coin toss. The coin toss has been made, and Livingston looks like they won the toss, and they have deferred. They will receive in the second half. So Cumberland County is going to be on offense first, so we'll get to see the Livingston Academy defense. And before we do that, let's take a quick break right here as we'll tell you you're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Overton County Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to serve our community. Christy Key, John Godwin, and Corey Nard are your local auto, home, and life insurance experts. Whatever your insurance need, they will work to find you a solution. Visit them at 7486 Bradford Hicks Drive in Livingston or call them at 931-823-1322. Overton County Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to present Livingston Academy football all season long on UCR.
Livingston Academy on the field. Over on the far side of the field, the Wildcats dressed in the road white, the blue numbers, the blue trim, the blue helmets with the script cats on the side of it. Remembering back, I think that's what Caleb's dad, Shane, wore when he played here at Livingston Academy, or down at Livingston Academy, and they're bringing back that old school blue helmet with the script cats, and I love that look. The Cumberland County Jets coming onto the field to our right as they come onto the field for the first time under head coach Noah Rapaski in his third year as the head coach at Cumberland County High School. And as Jacob was saying, they are not competing in the TSSAA this year. Going to take a couple of years to kind of try to rebuild. And, you know, Jacob, a lot of teams have done that. Warren County's doing that this year also. And White County did a few years ago, and that really seemed to help their program. So this is not a bad idea for them.
That's kind of what Noah talked about on our UCR football show the other night, and especially with that White County team, and saying, you know, sometimes you need that. You need the reset. You need to get the numbers back out there. White County had a couple of good seasons. Speaking of, there's head coach Curtis Beatty right down there, who was their head coach for the last couple of seasons. But for White County, it worked out. For Cumberland County, they've got 52 players on the roster, so they've got the numbers. Can they turn those into some wins and try to get back into a region?
Trying to see if Curtis had that championship ring on from 2005. He was a big part of that Wildcat state championship run back in 2005, playing on that offensive line. Livingston Academy set to kick off. They'll get number 9, Coy Smith, back to handle the kicking duties. Deep to receive for Cumberland County is number 17, Liam Stevens. He is in the middle of the field. To his right is number 12 over there. That is Levi Neal. And to his left is number 2, that is Hunter Wright. I told you it's going to be hard to see them, so we'll do our best to pick them up. Here as we go.
Those white numbers with yellow trim on the light blue jerseys, not the easiest to see.
And the sun setting right behind them, so that kind of brings that in. Here we go. The 2025 football season in Upper Cumberland is underway. Cumberland County at the 16-yard line to the 20. Up the middle of the field, bounces it outside, trying to get free to the edge. Carwile going to chase him down. No, he runs through that tackle, and it's going to be a good return to get things started for Cumberland County. As on that return is Hunter Wright for Cumberland County. So the Jets will be on offense to start this one, and they'll start it at their 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the quarterback from Cumberland County, and that is number 4, Isaiah McMillan.
Yeah, and this is the backup quarterback coming into this season. Their starter got hurt kind of in the offseason a few weeks ago, so they've had to change some things up offensively, get ready for this season, and we'll see what McMillan can do here against this Livingston Academy defense.
They'll open it up in a shotgun with the running back to the left. That is Liam Stevens to the left of McMillan. A couple of wide receivers going to the right side. They'll hand off to Stevens. He'll run through one tackle but can't get away from the second as Caden Weitzel is there to make the tackle for Livingston Academy, but a pretty good gain on the play for Cumberland County, about 7 yards for Liam Stevens.
Yeah, that's a great start for Cumberland County. Stevens, one of those senior guys back on this team. They got 15 seniors on the roster this year and going to rely pretty heavily upon them as they've got a very young group and a lot of freshmen playing this season.
2nd and 3 for the Jets. They'll split 2 wide receivers to each side. They'll move Stevens to the right of McMillan now for Cumberland County. They'll hand off to Stevens, straight up the middle this time. Good gain there, going to be close to a first down. May have it, is out there to bring him down, is going to be number 7. That is Derek Munoz on the tackle for Livingston Academy. It will be a gain of 5 and will be a first down for Cumberland County as they'll move the chains for the first time tonight.
Well, gains of 7, gains of 5 to start it out for Cumberland County, and that's exactly what you want if you're the Jets. You get the first down, and now the Livingston Academy defense, we'll see if they can maybe give some resistance here after that first down.
Cumberland County just nothing fancy right now, just coming out power football, and they're doing it without a tight end, doing it without a fullback, but they're running the football very well against this 3-man, 4-man front now as a linebacker walks up. McMillan rolling out. He'll throw on the move. little bit underthrown, but coming back to make the adjustment and make the diving grab is number 1, Brady Reagan, on the first catch of the first pass attempt of the season by Isaiah McMillan.
Yeah, stayed in bounds there. Clock still going. That's a heck of a catch. Like you said, kind of curled around, able to come back to it. Low throw, but right in front of that boundary line. Able to make the grab, and another big gain of about 8 yards.
Pickup of 8 will move the football up to the 48-yard line. They work from the hash mark on the left side. Couple of wide receivers to that right side. Livingston rolls a safety to the wide side of the field. A little help over there as the handoff will go to Stevens. Stevens going to be stopped short of the first down that time. Is coming in there to make the tackle for Livingston Academy is Jordan Geist on the tackle. And it will be a gain of a couple, and it will be a first down. They'll give him 3 for a first down for Cumberland County.
Yeah, they give him just enough for that first down, and so they got about 2.5 yards on that carry, just kind of that dive at the very last second. And again, a really good drive being put together here early on for this Jet squad.
They've kept it almost 2.5 minutes. They're in Livingston Academy territory for the first time, are the Jets, as they are taking the opening possession. Snap off the hands of the quarterback. He gets away, rolls out, rolling to the left side, has some open field, and steps out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Down at the 38 will be a gain of 11 before he's pushed out by Caden Weitzel, and a first down again for Cumberland County.
Yeah, that's a heck of an adjustment there, and he drops it on the snap, able to pick it up. Fortunate that it kind of just bounced right back up to him, and a great job by McMillan, able to get to the outside, get to the edge, and gets another first down on it.
We haven't talked about the field conditions. You did touch on it just a little bit, but that helps with that bounce when it's in good shape the way it is tonight. That really helps.
It's the best the field has looked in quite some time.
Isaiah McMillan again to run the offense. Straight drop. Little pressure. They want to set up the screen. They've got in the middle of the field to Stevens. Stevens across the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Spins to the 26. He'll pick up 12 on the screen play, and that's a good call by Cumberland County. First down number 4 on the pickup of 12.
I mean, this is a tremendous drive being put together right now by the Jets. Back-to-back gains of 12 yards. Just a little screen pass there set up. A few blockers out in front, and able to get a nice gain. And right now, Livingston Academy has no answer defensively.
First and 10 Jets from the Livingston 26-yard line. 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Just underway here at Cumberland County. Perfect night for football. Well, week 0, you think it could be extremely hot. It is not. It is just perfect. A little keeper by McMillan. McMillan has some room, runs through a tackle, runs through another. He'll take it inside the 25 down to about the 22-yard line, where it'll be a good gain on the quarterback keeper for Isaiah McMillan, as he's able to make a couple of people miss, pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, that's a really good run right there. A couple of linemen got to him initially, weren't able to wrap him up. He's got some speed. We've seen the athleticism already. After the drop snap, he's able to get the gain at 12. That time, it's a quarterback keeper the whole way. He's able to get a nice gain, 4-5 yards on the carry, and second and manageable now with 8:20 to go in the first quarter.
If you're Cumberland County as the coaching staff, you've got to be very pleased with what you've seen so far. This is exactly how they would have scripted it had they written it out. Trips to the right side now for Cumberland County as they send 3 wide receivers that way. They'll hand it inside to the running back, as that is Stevens going straight off the right side. He'll pick up about 5 on the play, but will be about a yard short of the first down on that carry.
Yeah, good job by the Livingston Academy defense, stopping him just short of that first down. First time they've been able to get him to third down. Can they get off the field? We don't quite know what Cumberland County has yet in the special teams, but it'd still be a pretty good kick to try a field goal from this point.
Yeah, that's pretty good distance right there. It's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 17-yard line. Couple of shots at it, you would think, here for the Jets, but as they continue to see this clock move, they are going to run this play on 3rd down, as you said, for the first time. It'll be McMillan rolling to his left. He's got some open field inside the 15 and a penalty marker down. He'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line. Tackle made there by Jordan Geist, but we'll check the penalty on this play.
Yeah, I think this one's probably going to be coming back. There was a lot of open space there on that left side of the line, and for Cumberland County, this might be the first negative play of the ball game. That's exactly what's going to be. It's a hold on that left side of the line for Cumberland County. Up until that point, every single play had been 5 yards or more before that penalty.
And the bad thing is it happens downfield. So as a coach, now you've got to be a little bit frustrated over that, because that's not what you want to see happen. As you have a first down, now it backs you up to 3rd down and about 6 or maybe 7 on the play. So a little tougher situation here.
Big opportunity for Livingston Academy. Now 3rd and 7, like you said. Can they get off the field?
3rd down and 7. Quarterback rolling to his left. He'll throw. It's overthrown. It's tipped. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Wildcats at the 10-yard line, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. That is Jesse Gentry to midfield. He bounces it back inside, and he'll be brought down at the 49-yard line. Liam Stevens there to make the tackle. The old tip drill tipped in the hands of Jesse Gentry, and Jesse takes it all the way to the 48-yard line, and a big stop for Livingston Academy when they needed it.
That is huge for Livingston Academy. You said it. Cumberland County driving down the field, had a receiver open, looked like it was possibly going to be another first down, but Jesse Gentry right there on the tip play, able to bring it all the way back to midfield. Maybe some extracurriculars afterwards, a sideline warning on Livingston Academy. Obviously, they were excited. I think you're okay with that one.
Yeah, you get a flag right there. They're not going to be too bad because, hey, this team is just trying to get some momentum going and made a huge stop right there, and that just means so much to them. And now, also, you flip the field. You talk about flipping the field where Cumberland County has controlled the football. They kept it for almost or a little over 5 minutes. So that is a huge drive, and now the Wildcats will go on offense for the first time as Adrian Jenkins will lead out the Wildcats as he has had a tough couple of years, lost a couple of seasons due to injury, so it's great to see Adrian back out there and have a chance to run this team. Jenkins to take the snap on 1st and 10. They'll send Weitzel in motion. There was some confusion there. I don't think they had enough men on the field. That quick turnaround, sometimes that could happen, especially week 1.
There was a lot of confusion pre-snap there. Play clock was starting to run down. They weren't quite sure what they were doing. Flag comes out, and heard some of the Livingston Academy coaches saying, hey, call a timeout, try to reset them. And so we'll see what it ends up being here, but I think it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Wildcats.
That's going to be an illegal substitution against Livingston Academy, so that will back them up 5 yards. And it'll be a 1st and 15 for Livingston. Coach Caleb Qualls over there talking to the official. He may have tried to get a timeout, and they just wouldn't award it to him.
And, of course, you never want to burn a timeout that early in the game either. So if they're able to get the first down, it might end up working in their favor, able to save that timeout maybe a little bit later.
1st and 15 for Livingston. Carwile and Gentry come wide to the right. Going wide to the left for Livingston is over there, number 8. That is Logan Sales. Jenkins stepping up in the pocket, rolling out, throws deep on the sideline. Carwile leaps up, makes the grab at the 39-yard line. Forget the 5-yard penalty. 17 yards on the play from Jenkins to Carwile. First completion, first down for Livingston Academy.
And that was a heck of a job by Jenkins. Had a little pressure off that right side edge. He's able to pump fake it, past it, steps up in the pocket, and throws it to his best athlete out there, tallest athlete in Carwile. Throws it only to where he can get it, and he makes the catch.
That's it. You hit it right on the head. He put it in the perfect spot. 2 wide receivers to the left. They've got an H-back on the left side. Caden Weitzel in the backfield. They'll hand it to him. Big hole. Caden bounces across the 30 to the 25, down near the 20-yard line. Big run right there, and that offensive lineman just blew a big hole open right there, and Weitzel takes advantage.
Well, Cumberland County looked like they were dicing up the Livingston Academy defense, and here comes Livingston Academy in a hurry-up now.
Livingston tempo right now for the Wildcats, not wanting Cumberland County to get any rest as Weitzel will carry short this time. He'll pick up a couple, taking the football down to the 18-yard line.
Trying to catch him off guard, but doesn't get too many, like you said, just a couple of yards that time after the big gain. But what a job by this Livingston Academy offense, answering back and immediately marching down the field and seeing if they can't get some points on the board here in the second part of the first quarter.
H-back for Livingston is number 22. That is Frankie Guerrero. To the left with those 2 wide receivers over there is Cumberland County showing blitz. They'll back out of it. Now complete to Gentry on the far side. Makes one man miss. Can't make the next 2, but he will pick up a couple of yards on a good effort. So a positive gain on the play, but it's going to be a 3rd down and long.
That was fielded pretty well by the Cumberland County defense on that outside. Gentry did a really good job to make that first man miss on a nice move, but there was no blocker in front of him. He got blown up, so he had to make it all himself, and he was able to at least get a positive gain out of it, but still 3rd and 7 coming up.
Baylor Barnes is checked in as an extra wide receiver for Livingston, coming over to this near side as they run 3 wide receivers over here. It's man-to-man on Carwile on the edge out here, and that's the way Jenkins is looking. Adrian steps away from the pressure. Now will roll to his left. He'll keep the football, and he'll step out of bounds after a short gain. Pick up maybe a yard for Adrian Jenkins on his first carry. It's going to be 4th down now for Livingston.
And that's really smart by Jenkins. Nothing downfield, went through his progressions, then he tries to put it on the turf, and he's able to get out of bounds. It stops the clock. 4th and 6, manageable. Probably don't have enough for a kick, so you're going to go for it.
They'll go from the shotgun, the pistol actually, with Weitzel behind Jenkins. Again, 4 wide receivers, no tight end, no H-back in this formation. Weitzel looking to that one man on the far side. He's covered. He'll come underneath. Pass is going to be caught by Carwile. Does he have enough for the first down? Yes, he does. He needed 7. He got 9. They'll move the chains, and Livingston keeps the drive going.
And that's a great route by Carwile. Knew he needed to get up at least 8-9 yards. Went exactly that. Stopped on a dime, and a good job by Jenkins to find him right away.
So it's 1st and goal for the Wildcats as they move the football just inside the 10-yard line at about the 9 for Livingston Academy. So the Wildcats knocking on the door here. They were able to turn Cumberland County away after a good drive by the Jets.
Inside the Twin Lakes Tractor red zone for the first time as well.
Jenkins, lob pass on the right side. A lot of contact. There's the flag. It's going to be interference. It's going to be a 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line now for Livingston.
Yeah, once again, you got your best athlete, your tallest athlete, throw it up, let him go get it. He makes a nice play on the football. Defender doesn't have his head turned, and that's what brings the flag out. So you're going to move a little bit closer, and still 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
1st and goal for Livingston Academy. Yeah, that is something I'm supposed to read, isn't it? That's the Twin Lakes Tractor red zone. Hey, I'm a rookie with this bunch.
That's
so.
right. Well, and you'll notice, too, you haven't heard us say anything about first downs. That's available. If you're a business, somebody that wants to get your name out there, reach out to us. First down spot is available for Livingston Academy football all season long.
Half the distance to the goal. We'll move it just inside the 5-yard line. I wasn't sure where they were going to spot it down. They'll say it's just inside the 5, so it's 1st and goal from there for Livingston Academy on the half the distance to the goal. Little jumbo formation. I saw them running this at practice the other day as they bring in the lineman, and Weitzel moves to the quarterback spot, but he's going to lose a yard on the play as Cumberland County loaded up as well and tackled him for a loss.
That's the thing with Cumberland County this year. They're able to match some of that size, even with Livingston Academy going with that jumbo package, and now LA's going to bring some of those skill guys back out and see if they can't try to get this in the end zone.
Seem to have a little more success when they spread the field, so even though it's tightened up a little bit, they seem to be wanting to go back to that now.
Seems like they've got maybe a little bit more speed in this contest, at least early on.
Carwile again over on this near side. He's got about a 4 or 5 inch height advantage on the defensive back that is guarding him. Let's see if they look at that. The H-back is to the right side. They do look this way. Fade in the corner. It's going to be caught. Rocco Carwile, touchdown, Livingston Academy. 6 yards out, and the Cats are on the board as Carwile just outleaped his defender and puts Livingston in front.
Well, Rocco Carwile has been a big-time basketball player for the last couple of years. Obviously, first-time football player last year, but he is one heck of an athlete. And Adrian Jenkins was looking his way all drive long, and they're able to cap it off with 6 points. What a job by Livingston Academy. Get the stop defensively, march right down the field, and take the first lead of the ball game.
Coy Smith coming on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Jesse Gentry. The long snapper is going to be Derek Munoz as they try to take a 7-point advantage. Snap is good. The place is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3:25 to play in the first quarter, the Wildcats strike first. Livingston 7, Cumberland County 0.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here, Cumberland County High School in Crossville, Tennessee. Sun began to set on a beautiful night in week 0. Kickoff about 75 degrees. Boy, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. There's a little breeze up here at the top. And this is just a perfect night for football, and we're happy you're joining us. I guess we're the only game in town around the Upper Cumberland tonight, aren't we?
There's just one of the few games across the state. I know there's a big one in Maryville, Alcoa going on a little bit down south, but this is a pretty big one across the Upper Cumberland, the only one in the Upper Cumberland today.
Coy Smith boots this one away. A little shorter kick. It'll be fielded at the 12 by Cumberland County, to the 15, to the 20. Bouncing outside is going to be the return man. He'll break one tackle across the 30 to the 35, pushed out of bounds at around the 45, and going to be hit out of bounds, as on the return for Cumberland County was Liam Stevens, and they'll add yardage to that with the late hit out of bounds, I believe, on Livingston Academy.
Yeah, it had to be that, but it was pretty darn close. Stevens was kind of nearing that out of bounds line. Livingston Academy playing until the whistle, or is it coming back? I think they might be moving back, actually. It may have been a block in the back.
It may be.
I think that's what it is.
Well, there you go. I learned early once again. Don't guess. Just let them make the call, and then you tell what's happening. There's going to be a break for Livingston. It'll back them up 15 yards. Talk about Maryville and Alcoa. That's not much. They don't have many championships, do they?
I think I saw 10 of them between those two. Well, more than that, actually.
Yeah, I thought probably
just in
20.
the last few years, Alcoa's got almost 10.
Yeah, that's impressive when those two get together, the number of championships they've won. As Cumberland County, let's see how they respond after the turnover and the drive by Livingston to take the lead, as Isaiah McMillan will keep it himself. He's got some room to the 40, to the 45, up across the 45 to the 48, maybe the 49-yard line. They'll say he went down to 48, where Jesse Gentry brought him down. A gain of 13, but there's a penalty marker down in the backfield, so this one's coming back.
So now you're seeing Cumberland County start to struggle with some of those penalties. We saw it on that first drive, a holding penalty, took them short, made it 3rd and 7, led to the interception. Now back-to-back penalties to start this drive on their second offensive series of the ball game after now being down 7-0. And when they've been able to play clean football, it's looked really good offensively.
And that holding moves them all the way back to the 25-yard line, so this sets up a 1st and 20. Now for the Jets of Cumberland County, and their offense is pretty good, but that's a long way to go, but at least it is first down for them, as Livingston, again, that three-man front, a little 3-4 by the Wildcats defense with 4 defensive backs, a little pro-type defense as McMillan rolling out, has some pressure. Steps through one tackle and takes it out across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. So he'll gain about 3 on the play, and it's 2nd and 17.
And they're starting to spy McMillan a little bit better. Obviously, Stevens, he's gotten the rock a few times. He's kind of that bigger back, able to plow through some guys. McMillan, maybe the speedier of the two. And they've been able to mix up the offense a little bit, kept Livingston off guard. But the Wildcats starting to figure him out a little bit.
Pretty quickly moving first quarter, 2.5 minutes to play, a little less than 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter, with Livingston leading 7-0 here in Crossville. 2nd and 17 from the 28-yard line. They'll hand to Stevens. Stevens tries right up the middle, and there's nowhere to go. That big defensive tackle there to wrap him up. Let's see that number. That's number 65 on the tackle for Livingston. That is Jamie Mansell, just gobbled him up after a gain of 2.
Yeah, he did a really good job to shed his block and then just immediately wrap him up and bring him down. Not going anywhere up the middle right there against this Livingston Academy front.
And there's only the 3 linemen, so you're gonna get double teams every time, especially at that nose guard position.
You got big old Matthew Slayton in there, who's been a starter for the last couple of seasons. He's moving to center this year as well, so he's in the middle of the defense and the offense this season. He's been doing a really good job.
3rd and 15 here for Cumberland County. Let's see if Livingston can force them into a punt situation. They'll run a little crossbuck type play. Stevens going to bounce it outside, cuts it back up, and he's going to be brought down by a shoestring tackle there by Biscuit Loftus there to make the tackle. It'll be a gain of 10, but he needed 15, and it sets up a 4th down and 5.
That's my favorite name in the Upper Cumberland right now. Obviously, just first game we've done so far this season, but that's tremendous.
You can't beat that name, can you? That's pretty good. I hesitated for a second. I thought of the old eyes failing me,
Listen, it's what Coach Qualls gave us on the roster. It's what we're going with.
That's what we're going with. It's 4th and 5, and they haven't sent the punter out.
Letting the play clock run down a little bit. No play clock on the field, so it's just that back judge that keeps it, and now we are going to get a timeout.
They'll take
a stoppage.
They'll take the timeout here. We'll take it with them. 47 seconds to play in the first quarter. Livingston Academy 7, Cumberland County 0. Back to Crossville right after this.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Cumberland County High School in Crossville, as you're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. As we come back out of that timeout, Cumberland County breaking the huddle around their head coach, Noah Rapaski, Livingston Academy, coached by first-year head coach Caleb Qualls. It's 4th down and 5, and they're keeping the offense out there with Isaiah McMillan going to run this play from the 40-yard line. So a huge play here for the Livingston defense, a huge chance. They'll snap the football. McMillan rolling out. He throws incomplete, and they're going to take over on downs as Livingston Academy. So Cumberland County taking a chance, and it didn't pay off for them.
Well, and they went to the side of Jesse Gentry, who's already got one interception. He had pretty good coverage on that right side as well. So it was going to be a tough pass no matter what. Was short, not on line to either of his receivers who he had out there on that right side. And for Livingston Academy, he was getting diced up a little bit defensively. Have settled in nicely, especially on that second drive. Already have the 7 points on the board. And I'll tell you what, was really impressed with that first drive in their offense. We'll see what they can do on this second one.
Yeah, they mixed it up pretty well at Livingston Academy. 4 passes, 4 runs. That's not bad. If you can keep that balance and move the football the way they did, you're going to have some success this season.
Pretty good starting field position here as well at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, inside the Cumberland County Jet side of the field for the second time already is Weitzel going to cut it up the middle. There's a penalty marker down behind him, so this is going to probably come back. A pickup of 4 with that penalty thrown right at the line of scrimmage, and they're looking to the Livingston sideline, so this will come back as a hold will be called against the Wildcats.
They've had a couple of those already. The first one was the illegal substitution to start their first drive. This one obviously starts it off on the holding penalty. And it's week 1. You're going to have quite a few of those. It's Thursday night, not even Friday night, so even a little bit earlier. But for Livingston, just their second penalty so far.
That'll put them way behind the chains, kind of like Cumberland County saw happen on their first play of their second drive. So now Livingston with a 10-yard penalty to overcome is Adrian Jenkins, the senior quarterback, has Weitzel to his right. Cumberland County showing blitz off the left side. They'll run it to the wide side of the field with Weitzel, and he's got some room. Caden cuts it inside to the open field, to the 30, to the 20, brought down from behind at the 15-yard line. But a good run there, 35 yards for Caden Weitzel, and a first down for the Wildcats.
I'll tell you what, I told you in pregame, Caden Weitzel was one of their best athletes last year. He comes into this season, he's got some more muscle on him this year, so he can take some of those hits as the running back. Looks like there was maybe a flag after the play and some extra yardage being put on here on this near sideline for Cumberland County. Some extra yardage being put on, or is a sideline warning. I think that's what it was.
I think it was. They don't move the football. They do put it down at it is the 15-yard line where it's 1st and 10. They're waiting for the chain people to catch up. They thought it was inside the 10. That's 5 carries for 55 yards for Caden Weitzel in the first quarter. That's an 11-yard average. That's not bad.
That's going to run us out of the first quarter as well, and a great first quarter for Livingston Academy. Caden Weitzel, Rocco Carwile and company, Jesse Gentry getting in on the act. Pretty good start for the Wildcats.
We're through 1. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares? What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day. What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
First and 10, Livingston, as we come back to Cumberland County High School in Crossville, Tennessee. They're down to the 14-yard line of the Wildcats. We'll send Gentry in motion from left to right. Gentry sets up now in the slot on the right side. Jenkins tight end, hot pass going to be caught. It's going to be just short of the first. No, it's a touchdown. They give it to him. The touchdown, Frankie Guerrero, 14 yards for the touchdown for the Wildcats.
And Frankie Guerrero's been coming in on kind of that power package, just kind of slips towards the end zone there out of the backfield and able to make a nice grab. Jenkins, his second touchdown pass of the day. And the Wildcats up 13-0, just getting started here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Jenkins has opened 5 for 5 on the night, now for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Coy Smith to attempt the extra point. They try to put Livingston up 14, snap a little behind the holder Gentry. He gets it put down, and Coy Smith gets the kick in the air, and the kick is good. And with 11:54 to play in the first half, it's Livingston 14, Cumberland County 0. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Six-yard pass to Rocco Carwile, 14-yard pass to Frankie Guerrero, and the Wildcats behind Adrian Jenkins, perfect 5 of 5, take a 14-0 lead over Cumberland County here in Crossville on this opening Thursday night in the 2025 football season. We're happy to have you with us. Hope you join us throughout the season for Livingston Academy football here on UCR as Coy Smith set to kick the football away. Smith will hit this one short. Fair catch signaled and made over at the 18-yard line. Don't see that a lot on kickoffs as the fair catch made by Hunter Wright.
Especially at the high school level. That's pretty surprising. But, get the offense back out there and try to get something going here. And how about this job from Livingston Academy? You started off defensively. You deferred to the second half. And Cumberland County looked pretty darn good offensively. They were marching down the field, 3rd and 7. Defense makes a play. Jesse Gentry on the tip drill, able to pick it off and take it all the way to midfield, sets him up nicely offensively, and then you said it. Adrian Jenkins, 5 for 5. Cade Weitzel's been running the ball really nicely. 2 different guys able to catch some touchdowns. Livingston's looking pretty multiple offensively right now.
Everything's going the right way right now for Livingston. Cumberland County trying to get back in this one a little bit as McMillan with his running back, his running back to the right, as they're going to take it right up the middle. They'll bounce it outside. Will the running back, that is Stevens, on the carry. He'll pick up 7, maybe 8 yards, taking it up to the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And that's where they've had a lot of their success is Stevens, kind of that power back. McMillan's had a little bit of space, but when Stevens is able to get just a little bit of a hole, get into that second level of the defense, he's able to plow through a couple of guys and a nice chunk gain again of about 8-9 yards.
Yeah, they may give him 9, taking it up to the 17-yard line, so it will be a 2nd and 1 instead of a 2nd and 2. So short yardage here for Cumberland County. They can take a shot deep here if they want to, but they bring a fullback back into the backfield for the first time. They'll fake to Jenkins. They'll run behind that fullback with McMillan, and he'll pick up the first down, taking the football up to about the 45-yard line, where it'll be a gain of 8 and a 1st and 10 for Cumberland County.
And that's what's going to make Cumberland County tough this year is McMillan in the backfield. He can put it on the turf. He's got a lot of speed. He's got some good size as well, and he's very shifty when he's able to get some defenders in front of him, able to make some men miss, and he's been pretty impressive early on. Another first down run that time.
Yeah, that's his longest run of the night to give him 26 yards total. Another first down for Cumberland County. They have picked up 5 first downs in this game so far. Jets on 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. They'll give it to Stevens. Stevens trying to get the edge. One man misses. Now Stevens cuts it upfield and will take it across midfield into Cumberland County territory, where he'll pick up a first down, a gain of 21 for the running back Liam Stevens, and a first down for Cumberland County.
That's the success that they have had is in that run game, and now a stoppage on the field. And it looks like Livingston Academy wants a timeout. They don't like what's going on right now in that run game, so they are going to stop it and talk about it a little bit.
Timeout called by Livingston. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here at Cumberland County High School, it'll be 1st and 10 Cumberland County inside Livingston Academy territory for the second time tonight as they move the football down to the Wildcat 45-yard line. In that 3-man front from Livingston, those 2 linebackers walk up now, and a whistle going to stop play before the snap of the football.
Maybe a little early movement on this right side of the line. No, it's going to be on Livingston Academy, actually.
That blitzer got just a little bit close, or maybe somebody lined up offsides as it was thrown by the side judge over here on the Cumberland County side, so you know he's hearing a lot from the Jets sideline.
Ends up being 1st and 5 now for Cumberland County, who's really trying to get some momentum going on this offensive drive. 10:27 to go here in the second quarter. Livingston's offense has looked really good. The Jets got to get an answer back here.
1st and 5 for the Jets, running from the hash mark on the right side. Livingston blitzing again. Stevens trying to run to the outside of that blitz, but it's going to be only a short gain on the play for Stevens. A pickup of a couple before the tackle's made there by Livingston Academy's Matthew Slayton.
And that's why the Wildcats took that timeout, because they were getting diced by a couple of runs by McMillan and by Stevens. That time they were able to read it well off that right side of the line. And you said it, Slayton able to get over there, kind of dive on top of him. We've seen it a couple times when they're able to read it, they're able to get the stops. Obviously, that's kind of the big part of the defense right now, is trying to read this Cumberland County offense.
They give him a gain of 1 on the play. 2 wide receivers go to the left side. They've got man-to-man coverage over there. Again, Livingston shows blitz. McMillan going to run it. McMillan up the middle of the field, has a first down and more. Takes it inside the 25, and there may be a penalty marker down at the end of the play. It's going to be a first down Cumberland County as they'll take it down to the 23. A pickup of 16, no flag, but it is a first down for Cumberland County.
Yeah, McMillan, a great fake there. Got it into the gut of the running back, pulls it out on the option, takes it up that left side and up the middle of the field, and turns on the speed, able to get into that secondary. The good thing for Livingston Academy, they do have that speed in the secondary, but McMillan can't get there if Livingston Academy wants to slow him down.
This looks like that first drive did. Livingston trying to keep them from scoring, that bend but don't break mentality by the Wildcats defense, as McMillan will hand to Stevens. Stevens up the middle, not a lot there, as Livingston with a lot of players there to wrap him up, as the Wildcats led by number 44 there for Livingston Academy, as that is Jordan Geist again on the stop, and no gain for Stevens.
Jordan Geist, the guy that had been on the defensive end side for the last couple of years. Great defensive player there. They moved him to that inside middle linebacker spot and trying it out in a new area, one of their best defenders, and able to stop the run that time.
2nd and 10 here, right in the middle of the field, as they look into that wooded area on the end of the field. Beautiful field here at Cumberland County. I always love that fighter jet over on the far side. As McMillan, little draw play. He'll throw. High throw, intercepted. Second interception of the first half for Livingston. This is Watzel. Watzel to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and they get the second turnover for the Jets. And the Wildcats get another big stop as they take it up across the 30-yard line.
It's a really good job by the Livingston Academy secondary, because it looked like McMillan was going to tuck it and run. Instead, at the last second, he pulls it out, and he looks over the top, and not a great decision by McMillan. Weitzel makes him pay, and now for Livingston Academy, you've got a chance to go up 3 scores, and you're going to get the football back to start the second half. Look for maybe a prolonged set of plays here for the Wildcats. Try to go on a long series.
Yeah, that was a huge play right there for the Livingston Academy defense, and it did turn out just exactly like that first drive. As never would have thought an interception would happen out of it, but now Adrian Jenkins leads his team back out for the Wildcats. H back to the right side, and Guerrero, he's caught a touchdown from that spot. Jenkins will hand to Watzel. Watzel Little misdirection handoff, bounces off of one tackler. Now going to take it very close to a first down. He'll have a first down all the way up to the 45-yard line. A gain of 12 on a good cutback run by Caden Weitzel.
Yeah, Weitzel just in the open space, so difficult to bring down. I mentioned some of that size that he's put on in the offseason, doing a great job in the weight room, gets a little bit bigger, able to shed a few of the tacklers, and obviously we know he's got the speed. Able to get the big gain that time for the first down. Once again, first down's open for sponsorship.
First down number 5 on the night for Livingston Academy as they pick up the first down at the 45-yard line. Jenkins taking his time. As you said, they're letting as much clock run as they can. They'll hand to Weitzel, but he can't get free. That's a pretty good tackle right there by Cumberland County. As coming in to make the tackle is number 50. That is Ben Fisher on the stop for the Jets for no gain for Caden Weitzel.
Yeah, and for the Wildcats, they've only used the one timeout. 7:26 to play here in the first half. Probably going to see a heavy dosage of this on the ground right now with the way the ground game has been. You know you can get it through the air with Rocco Carwile out there. So you got Jesse Gentry as well. Give it to Weitzel, see if he can get some yards.
Trips to the right side as they try to pull a defender away from the middle of the field. If they want to run Weitzel here, snap a little high. Jenkins goes up to get it, throws down the middle, pass broken up, knocked away. Good defensive play by Cumberland County. As there to knock it away is number 19. That is Bryson Young with the deflection and sets up, and that is the first miss of the night for Adrian Jenkins as Young breaks it up.
Really, really dangerous toss right there from Jenkins, but really it was a pretty good throw because, again, he only put it where his player could get to it, gets tipped, but it wasn't going to get intercepted. If he is able to catch it, he's probably going for 6.
So it's 3rd and 11 now after that incompletion. Possession down here for the Wildcats. Clock stopped with 7:02 to play first half. Little screen play caught by Weitzel. Weitzel to midfield, runs through a tackle to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, cuts back at the 10, inside the 5, and sets up a first and goal for Livingston. Let's see, he started at the 45, he went to the 5. My math says that's 50 yards on the pass play on the screen to Caden Weitzel to put Livingston Academy in the Twin Lakes Tractor Red Zone for the second time this evening.
Hey, good things happen when you get your best players in space. That's what they've done with Rocco Carwile and Caden Weitzel. They've gone outside over the middle on the run game a couple of times. Now they switch it up and do what Cumberland County did to them a few series ago. Just that little screen play to Weitzel across the middle. He had some blockers out front. Now you can have the open playbook with 6:29 to go here in the first half.
First and goal from the 5-yard line for the Wildcats as whistle going to stop play. Did they take too long? Do we have a timeout going to be called by Cumberland County? Timeout called by the Jets. They were late getting a defender out there, and they're going to have to use the timeout. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring 31 acres of beautiful rolling hills and timber. 3 tracts of land located in Albany, Kentucky are perfect for a new home site or recreational paradise with lots of wildlife. You can bid on this property at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends August 26th at 10 a.m. Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
And hadn't seen him in a while as he led Livingston to some big wins in his career. The all-time passing leader with over 7,000 yards for the Wildcats. Getting a little intense up here with the 14-0 lead and the first and goal for Livingston as they've got at the 5-yard line, the hash mark to the left side for the Wildcats.
Yeah, what a luxury that is to have Will McDonald, who was here quite a few years ago now, helping out with the offense, and, of course, the quarterbacks and Adrian Jenkins, who has looked really good tonight.
Who's, let's see, they would be cousins, I guess, who Adrian and Will are. The handoff goes inside to Weitzel. There's nothing there. May have lost a yard on the play on a good defensive stop that time by Cumberland County.
Yeah, that was a really good job by Cumberland County. They jumped the line easily. About 3 different defenders able to get to Weitzel in the backfield and cut him down. That's pretty fitting. Here at Cumberland County, the home of the Jets, and a jet going right over the field.
I'm just worried that's awfully low. There's not an airport here.
I was going to say, there's not too many times you see those around here.
Have they arranged the flyover is the question. Second and goal for Livingston. Guerrero, the H-back to the left side for the Wildcats. Weitzel behind Jenkins. Little crossing pattern going to be overthrown, incomplete. little pick play that you can't call it that anymore, but that's what it was. And the inside receiver thrown a little bit behind him, and the incompletion going to set up a 3rd and goal.
So now 3rd and long. I wouldn't be surprised if you're looking the way of number 2 right here in Rocco Carwile. You could see maybe Jesse Gentry, but Carwile on that far right side right now. As of right now, looks like it's going to be man-to-man, and might see another one of those fade routes into the end zone.
And as long as it's taking, it may be building toward a Livingston Academy timeout here to talk about this as they come back to the line of scrimmage. Does Jenkins now to run this play, but they don't have a lot of time because he stood there, gained the play from Coach Caleb Qualls for a pretty good while. Blitz coming, they're offside.
A free play. They had the back judge back there. You see him bringing his arm down. They had about 3 seconds left on that play clock, so had a little bit of time left. Defense jumps off anyways and going to get some free yards out of it and makes it a lot more manageable now.
Half the distance to the goal, which should move it down to about the 3.5-yard line where it'll be 3rd and goal now for the Wildcats. Is they'll take that because that makes it where you can really open up more of the play calling that you want to run. If you want to run the football, you've got a couple of times you can do it if you want to. 3rd and goal. As Jenkins will move Weitzel to his left. Still about a yard behind Jenkins is Caden. 2 wide receivers on the far side. They'll run that way with Weitzel. Weitzel trying to bounce to the edge. He'll get there. Caden will walk in from 3 yards out. Touchdown, Livingston Academy. Touchdown, Caden Weitzel.
That's a tremendous run by Caden Weitzel. He had 2 defenders in front of him, just had to get to that edge and then turned on the Jets, able to get into the end zone for the 3rd time tonight for the Wildcats. And I think the big thing for LA right now, that's the 3rd different score for the Wildcats in the first half.
First one on the ground for Livingston Academy, so they will love to see that as Coy Smith coming on to attempt the extra point once again, trying to make this a 21-0 lead. You talked about having a chance to take a big lead. They get a stop. They can even add to it here in the first half. The place is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it is Livingston Academy 21, Cumberland County 0 with 5:33 to play in the first half. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Three scores in the first half for the Livingston Academy Wildcats, and they have taken a 21-0 lead over Cumberland County. Coy Smith 3 for 3 on extra points tonight as Liam Stevens deep in the middle of the field. To his left is Hunter Wright. To his right is Levi Neal. Smith hits this one short. Wright will field this one at the 14. Doesn't fair catch it. He'll bring it up across the 20 to the 25 and up near the 26-yard line. Boy, that was close right there, Jacob. Did you see that? That cover man getting the hand up there almost into the face gear. You got to watch that. I'd say Coach Qualls will be talking about that. If you're going to reach lower underneath the shoulder pads.
Yeah, go for that football, if anything. Try to punch that out. But, yeah, you said it. And don't want to start anything off. Give them extra yardage to start it off for Livingston Academy as well as they have played. You don't want to give any life to Cumberland County right now. It's already 21-0. You want to keep the pedal down. And like you said, try to get a stop. Maybe get more points on the board before you get it in the second half.
1st and 10, Cumberland County from their 26-yard line. They'll start this drive. Handoff will go to Stevens. Stevens bounces outside. Stevens has some room. He's across the 30, to the 40, to the 50, to the 40. Good speed. Stevens to the 20. Stevens to the 10. Stevens, touchdown. 74 yards, Liam Stevens for the touchdown. There's a penalty marker down on the goal line, but I think it was post-score, and there is a penalty marker back here at the 34.
That is a huge run right now for Cumberland County, but there is a penalty marker at the goal line. There's also one sitting on the 34-yard line of the Jets, and this might be coming all the way back.
Oh, if you're Liam Stevens, that would be heartbreak.
What a run. And he's had it a couple of times where he's had those opportunities, finally able to break one off, but it looks like he got a little extra help from his offensive line, and that's going to negate the touchdown, and they're going to be coming back and trying it again.
Yeah, they're going to back him all the way back. The penalty thrown at the 34-yard line. He'll get credit for 8 yards, but it takes a 74-yard touchdown run off the board for Liam Stevens, and that is just a huge penalty right there by the Jets.
First take his whistle chance of the year for the student section. Normally those holding penalties, pretty correct.
Didn't see it. I was trying to see through the binoculars where he was going, and he just got it, though. He saw that crease, and then you don't expect him to pull away, but he just pulled away with the speed he had.
And he's a bigger back as well, but he has shown off that speed quite a few times, and obviously that the biggest scenario. Unfortunate that it comes back, but still actually ends up being about 1st and 12 because he was where the penalty happened was a little bit up the field.
And the thing about that is after that run, he's got to come out, so they've got a new running back there, and Zane Cagle, I believe it is, wearing number 15 for the Jets. So
would expect to see a heavy dosage of Isaiah McMillan now, who him and Stevens have kind of had the heavy load so far in carrying the football. When they've tried to throw it, it's been picked off a couple of times already.
It's not 15, it's 19. Bryson Young,
this
is running back.
This is when it gets really fun to try to see those numbers. When it gets a little bit darker, it's these older incandescent lights.
And it's a long way away up here. This is it's a great facility. I love this facility. It's been here a long time. Called some great games here. Little throw over to the far side, complete to Wright over there. Breaks one tackle. Right across the 30 up near first down yardage. Let's see where they say he stepped out of bounds. He'll have the first down. He'll pick up 15 and a first down for Cumberland County on the completion by McMillan.
Yeah, that's really big right there for the Jets. You get the penalty, but able to answer right back with the big gain and get the first down, get that penalty yardage back. You give Stevens a little bit of a break as well, get a little bit of a breather, and able to set yourself up maybe to march down the field with still 5:01 to go here in the first half.
They'll spot him down at the 39-yard line where it will be 1st and 10 for Cumberland County. Two wide receivers to the near side. H-back to the left. McMillan takes the snap. He'll hand off. It's Stevens back in there. Stevens, pretty good run. He'll just bull his way for first down yardage, taking it all the way near midfield, and we'll pick up 12 and a first down for Cumberland County.
I mean, they just got to keep going to the well right now. And Stevens, I mean, he's going to be tired, but you got 4:52 before halftime. You have to get a score on the board with the way that Livingston Academy's offense has looked so far tonight. The Jets have to get something up there, get a little bit of resistance against this Livingston Academy offense.
He's shown he's your home run threat, so he's going to be the workhorse all season, you would think, for Cumberland County, and he's moved them to midfield now where it's 1st and 10 Jets. Clock stopped with 4:52 to play first half. They'll hand it to Stevens again. Cuts it back inside. Guerrero there along with Caden Watzel. Also in on the stop for Livingston Academy. Also out there is Mansell on the tackle, but a gain of 3 for Stevens.
And this Cumberland County team, a lot of misdirection with them in the backfield. Livingston has done a pretty good job for the most part of being able to keep their eye on the football, not get too confused in the backfield with that misdirection. And a good stop that time, just a gain of about 3 yards.
2nd and 7 for the Jets offense. On the Livingston Academy side of the field, they'll hand to Stevens again. He'll take it across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line where Caden Watzel is going to wrap him up, but it'll be another good gain, a pickup of, give him 4 on the carry and sets up a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, another nice chunk. 3rd down and 4. Big opportunity here for the Livingston Academy defense, especially there on that defensive line. We haven't seen too many big stops from that defensive line yet as we have a stoppage here, and maybe that final timeout taken by Cumberland County with 3:45 to go in the first half.
They'll take it, trailing 21-0. You're watching high school football, presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Timeout taken by Cumberland County. Their final timeout of the first half as they line it up here on third down. Third down and a little less than 5 for the Jets. About 4 yards to go with 3:45 to play in the first half. Stevens to the left of McMillan. They'll hand to Stevens running to the right side of the field. He's going to dive, and he's going to be close to the first down. It'll depend on the spot. This is one of those where it may be a measurement here to see whether or not he got the first down.
I think he was initially short, but they're going to give him the spot. It was a really good tackle by Jordan Geist out of his linebacker spot, kind of that shoestring tackle, and I thought his knee came down about a yard shy of that first down marker. But they give it to him at the 40-yard line, and an opportunity here for Cumberland County to try to keep on moving the football.
It just shows that they have moved the football well. That's their 10th first down of the first half, 79 yards for Stevens. Stevens will try this time, but he's going to be tackled for a loss. Big-time play there by Jordan Geist. Also back there is Derek Munoz to make the tackle for Livingston. Going to be a loss of 3 on the play for Liam Stevens.
Well, Geist wasn't too happy about him giving him the first down there, so he said, you know what, we'll get into the backfield and we'll bring him down for a loss. And a great job by Geist to get there, wrap him up, and he read it perfectly after the snap.
Loss of 3 will set up a 2nd and 13, clock running. This third down play could make Livingston use a timeout if they could hold Cumberland County here.
They got 2 left with 2:30 to go here in the first half.
2nd and 13 for the Jets. 2 receivers and H back to this right side. They'll hand to Stevens. Stevens bounces it outside, gets the edge, runs through a tackle. Is that Stevens or is that a new running back out there?
It's like a new one, 15.
It is number 15 out there, Zane Cagle on the carry for Cumberland County, so he'll pick up pretty good yardage on the play. It's going to be a third down and about 3, so a gain of 10 on the play for Cagle on his first carry of the night.
That's a really good gain right there. You make it now manageable on third down and 3, but like you said, big opportunity here for Livingston Academy. Didn't have to use the timeout there as he went out of bounds, stops the clock at 2:20. So now if they don't get the first down, you might see them use that timeout. Try to stop the clock and see if you can't get the football back on 4th.
Third down and short. They've had pretty good success between the 30s, really. But once the field tightens up, that's when Cumberland County's had their issues in this game so far. Livingston's hoping it continues. The script continues to go that way as it's third down and 3 and a whistle on the stop play. And what have we got here?
Delay a game?
Delay of the game. And, boy, if you're Coach Rapesky, that's going to frustrate you a little bit there. You've got third and short, and that backs you up into third down and long, and that's not a spot you want to be, trailing 21-0.
Yeah, that one hurts. Backs you up 5 more yards. And, again, here at Cumberland County, no play clock down on the field. It's just that back judge that is keeping it on his arm as he brings it down. So as the quarterback, he's kind of that younger quarterback, newer quarterback. Got to have that in the back of your mind to look up once in a while and see where they're at. And just didn't quite have it on guard.
They spied officially 3rd and 7 for Cumberland County from their 37-yard line. They have to get just inside the 30, right on the 30-yard line for the first down. So big chance for the Livingston defense again as McMillan lines it up, will say to it. Oh, Livingston jumped. It's an offsides against the Wildcats, so that'll give Cumberland County 5 yards and set it up to a 4th and 2 instead of a 4th and 7.
Well, Livingston Academy gives that gift right back. Right after Cumberland County had the delay a game to move them back the 5 yards, they grant it right back, and you said it. 4th and 2 now makes it a lot more manageable for the Jets offense.
Wide receivers go 2 to the left side, 1 to the right. They haven't thrown it very much lately. It's been mostly Stevens, a little bit of McMillan sprinkled in, so you got to think Stevens here, and he'll get it. He'll try this near side, but he can't get away this time. Caden Watzel grabbed him, wrapped him up, brought him down, and the Cats have held. Loss of a yard on the play for Liam Stevens.
That's a great job by Caden Weitzel, able to get past that edge guy. The edge block gets into the backfield, wraps Stevens up, and stops him short of the first down line to gain. And just like that, the Wildcats get the football back.
2:07 to play in the first half. Still one timeout, as Jacob said. So a good chance here for Adrian Jenkins to have a chance to run his 2-minute offense. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing him do that. He opened up 5 for 5. He's now 6 of 9 on the night. So only 3 misses. 6 of 8 on the night. So only 2 misses for Jenkins. And here he goes on 1st and 10. Weitzel to his right. Sales coming to the left. Carwile and Gentry going to the right side for Jenkins, and whistle stop play. And it's delay of the game against Livingston. I know people talk about it a lot, but it is week 1. And that when you the change, the quick change,
yep.
When you stop them on 4th down, you're going to be a little emotional, and it just it takes a little bit to got to get in that rhythm, doesn't it?
We saw that after the first interception as well. Weren't quite set up for that first play.
1st and 15. Jenkins, little bubble pass over to Weitzel. Weitzel gets a block on the edge. Caden bounces it outside. Caden trying to run through a second tackle. Can't get free, but he'll pick up 14 and set up a 2nd and 1, but Cumberland County does keep him in bounds.
I didn't quite see who it was, but he got a great block on that right side there to pick up some extra space, and a good job by Weitzel. They're going to use a little bit of that clock here, down to 1:45. Just got to get 1 more yard to get that first down and stop the clock for just a little bit.
2nd and 1 for the Wildcats. Trip receivers to the left side, working the wide side of the field. They'll set a bubble screen here for Weitzel. Weitzel has the first down, takes it to the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll stop the clock while they move the chains.
And they're going to go hurry up here, down to 1:30. Once they get those chains set, they'll get it going again.
Weitzel with over 100 yards of total offense. That's 70 receiving right now for Caden. We'll set the others as we try to catch up with this hurry-up. Jenkins steps up in the pocket. He's going to run, and he's going to be brought down at the 46-yard line, a gain of 5, and Livingston may use their final timeout right here.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what they're going to do with 68 seconds to go, so they'll have a chance to talk about it. We'll have a chance to talk about it as well.
1:08 to play in the first half. Livingston 21, Cumberland County 0. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Academy, 2nd down and 5 from the Cumberland County 46-yard line. Wildcats no timeouts left now. 1:08 to play in the first half. Coy Smith has a pretty good leg. Jenkins throws sideline, caught by Sales. He'll step out of bounds with a first down at the 39-yard line. Gain of 7 on the first catch of the night by Logan Sales.
That's a really, really good job by Sales. As soon as he caught it, he looked for that boundary line and was able to get out. Stops the clock at 1:03. You get another first down and resets, and now you can kind of take your time, get that play call in.
And you can be a little more patient here with the clock stopped. You can be sure of the play call and get over there with your head coach over on the far sideline. As I'm not sure who the play caller is. We'll have to find that out, won't we? 1st and 10, Livingston from the Cumberland County 39. Jenkins rolling out after the play fake. Tried to hit Guerrero, threw it a little bit behind him and incomplete, and it'll set up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Guerrero, he had some space in front of him, and I think he knew it as well. He kind of turned his head just a little too early, and see some of the coaches, their hands on their head. They knew they had a chance for a big gain that time, just couldn't quite haul it in. But again, no harm, no foul, stops the clock, 2nd and 10, 58 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, that's something they might want to go back to because nobody accounted for him out of that H-back spot.
It's been a couple of times. He scored a touchdown one of those times.
2nd and 10 Wildcats. Cumberland County showing blitz. They pick it up, does Livingston. Jenkins has time. Now he'll roll out. Adrian on the run, going to step out of bounds, but there's a penalty marker thrown over in the middle of the field where the blocking was taking place, and that's in an area where it's usually holding against the offense.
Yeah, that play took a little bit to develop. Jenkins couldn't find anything downfield, a little too long for that offensive line to hold up, and so it does back him up a little bit, and that's one thing you don't want in this situation are those penalties to back you up, especially holding penalties. Going to back him up 10 yards and make it now 2nd down and 20 with 52 seconds to play here in the first half.
Got to give credit there, though, to the Cumberland County secondary. They did a good job covering downfield. There was nobody open, so Jenkins had nowhere to go with the football.
This is the first time that Livingston Academy's offense is stalled just a little bit. Obviously, the 2 penalties with the delay of game, and then the holding penalty has had a big factor with that.
It's going to be 2nd down and 20 now for the Wildcats from the Cumberland County 49-yard line. Clock is running with 44 seconds to play. They started the clock there, so Jenkins got to hurry a little bit. They'll hand off to Watzel, straight up the middle. He's got a short gain up to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 4, but again with the clock running, they're going to really have to pick up the pace.
Yeah, and they're going hurry up here, no huddle offense, trying to get everybody set, 26 seconds to go.
Jenkins with Watzel to his left. I think that surprised him a little bit. Jenkins now with a good pocket, throws in the middle of the field. Is it caught? It is not. He tried to hit Gentry. It's incomplete, and that'll stop the clock with 16 and a half seconds to play in the first half.
And all kinds of flags coming out now. There's some extracurriculars going on, and it's still going on.
Yeah, I didn't see what.
There are 5 flags on the ground right now, and Cumberland County Jets coaching staff trying to get their team off the field. I didn't see what started it. I'm going to guess somebody hit Adrian Jenkins, and there comes another flag. There are 6 total flags out on the field right now. All the officials had to throw their flags.
Yeah,
and that is not what you want to see here at the tail end of the first half.
No, that's in a situation like that. There could be ejections, which can impact later on the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
So this is something the officials are going to have to sort out. I was marking the stats down, and I didn't see what started it either, how it actually started.
And it was behind the play quite a bit because, I mean, you had the catch trying to be made up the field, incomplete, and it was in the backfield, and I'm going to guess it had something to do with Adrian Jenkins, and some linemen took offense to it. And so you're going to have a long conversation here because there were flags even coming out as the players separated and going back to the sidelines. Some more words being said, and you can see the officials sending the players back to the sidelines. So it might be a little bit to figure all this out.
Yeah, they're going to have to sort this out. That's never a good thing when they're doing that. You worry as a coach. You worry about ejections. You worry that you're going to lose players here for a couple of games, and that's going to impact everything. So certainly hope there's not ejections. Certainly hope nothing serious happened there, and we can get back and just get back to playing football.
I see some people had some troubles with it freezing, the stream freezing on their end. Looks like we're good to go in terms of connections on our end, so if it did happen to you, just give it a refresh and should catch back up, but we're good to go over here on this end, running at high rate of speed. But as Craig mentioned, trying to figure everything out here and had the extracurriculars afterwards, and it could be a little bit until the head judge gets through all of it.
Well, there's a personal foul against Cumberland County. Personal foul against Livingston Academy. Those will offset. There's another one against Cumberland County and another one against Livingston Academy. Those will offset. There's number 3.
So 3 offsetting personal fouls. Is anybody ejected is the next question.
He didn't signal anything.
Right. They're having conversations with both head coaches and Coach Rapaski and Coach Qualls on the sidelines. I think the football is just going to stay where it was at 3rd and 15. Yeah, roughly 3rd and 15.
It doesn't look like anybody's going to be ejected, so that's a good thing for these two teams. Now you just now you just hope everything settles down.
Right.
It doesn't escalate from there.
Yeah, now that's going to fall on the coaches. The officials did a good job of keeping their cool, keeping everybody in the football game. As far as we know, looked like 3 offsetting penalties for now, although it kind of looks like they're going to mark this off going backwards against Livingston Academy.
And the last one, I'm not sure it was offsetting. I didn't see him point toward Cumberland County on the last one, so it may be 3 on Livingston and 2 on Cumberland County.
And that might be the case, because it looks like the judge right now holding the football is getting ready to mark this off going backwards. And so you see the white hat over there on the far sideline talking to Coach Qualls. Be interesting to get the explanation at halftime from the coaching staff from this one.
Because you never know really what goes on. And a lot of it, I think, was what was being said. You know,
right.
The last couple of them was, as you were talking about, it was when they were moving away. So that's just usually verbal, and that's going to get you the 15 anyway. So they do step off a 15-yard personal foul against Livingston Academy and move it back to the Wildcats' 40-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 31. They've got to get to the Cumberland County 29 for the first down. It's 4th down and 31. So they'll bring Coy Smith on to punt the football away. So it's 4th down, 16 and a half seconds to play here in the first half. So might be time for one play for Cumberland County. Oh, it snapped over his head. Smith will get to it. He still might have a chance to punt it away. He throws it incomplete. That's going to be an incomplete pass. It was a forward pass, so Cumberland County is going to take over. Should take over up here at the 40-yard line. That was really pretty heads up by Smith to throw it forward.
Right. Yeah, it just ends up being an incomplete pass. So you don't lose any yardage technically. You took 12 seconds off the clock as well, and so there's still 4 seconds remaining. And the Jets are going to have to go 40 yards here, taking over on downs.
So you take what could be a disaster and end up with the football back around the 10-yard line, and the Jets end up taking over at the Livingston 40-yard line. So that's really a break right there for Livingston on what could have been just a huge play.
Sometimes you see those punters, they'll just, if they're too far back, they'll kick it out of the back of the end zone for a safety and not even worry about it. He wasn't quite that close, so Coy Smith actually did a pretty good job. Keep his cool there, realize what he had in front of him, and now you just got to come up with one last stand before halftime if you're the Wildcats.
And Cumberland County, they've got a bunch formation. They may be just going to take a knee here and go in the locker room.
With all the extracurriculars that you had 2 plays ago, might not be a bad idea.
And that's how they're going to be lined up as now a delay a game against Cumberland County, going to back them up 5 yards. And what was such a clean played game in the last few minutes is kind of broken down a little bit into what a week 1 game could be.
Right. It was really quick until all those extracurriculars.
Exactly. 1st and 15 for Cumberland County. Snap to McMillan. He'll take a knee, and if you're McMillan, that hurts your stats. That's a 6-yard loss, taking that knee there. And that will bring us to halftime as McMillan will lose 6. Halftime, your score, Livingston Academy 21, Cumberland County 0. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this newly remodeled 4-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom home on the south side of Cookeville. This home sits on 1.7 acres and has a beautiful sunroom where you can see your private backyard that borders a creek. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Overton County Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to serve our community. Christy Key, John Godwin, and Corey Nard are your local auto, home, and life insurance experts. Whatever your insurance need, they will work to find you a solution. Visit them at 7486 Bradford Hicks Drive in Livingston or call them at 931-823-1322. Overton County Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to present Livingston Academy football all season long on UCR.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares? What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day. What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Back here at Cumberland County High School in Crossville, Tennessee, a little wild finish there at the end to a great first half for Livingston Academy. Certainly hope that everybody just leaves that at the end of the first half and we don't have any more of that stuff going on and we can get back to playing football. And Jacob, Livingston, they gave up some good yardage to Cumberland County early, but then all of a sudden that interception just kind of flipped the switch for the Wildcats, and they dominated since that first drive.
It looked like Cumberland County was going to control this football game whenever they had the football to start it off. Marching down the field, got it deep into Livingston Academy territory, and then Cumberland County went to the pass, and that hasn't been their strong point in this game so far. It was the tip drill. Jesse Gentry able to pick it off and return it almost all the way to midfield, set the Wildcats up greatly on offense, and that's the one thing that has been a very bright spot right now for the Wildcats. 4 drives, 3 scores on offense, 3 different guys getting into the end zone, and Adrian Jenkins has looked really, really good at commanding the position at quarterback, throwing the football, running the football, knowing when to run it out of bounds, dirt the football if he needs to. Really, that last drive, they had a couple of penalties. That was the only time they weren't able to get the positive yardage, and come to find out, we did find out what happened for Livingston Academy. One of their players got thrown to the ground. One of the linemen took offense. He gave a hit back, and it was on after that. And so it sounded like the way it ended up being when Livingston Academy getting pushed back was probably the right call. Nobody gets thrown out. Everybody stays in the game. And like you said, hopefully that stays in the locker room. But for the Wildcats, you couldn't ask for a better first half. Obviously, outside of those extracurriculars, 21 points, 0 points defensively. And for Cumberland County, they have looked pretty good at times on offense, running the football, especially Liam Stevens, just under 100 yards on the ground. McMillan has looked pretty good, pretty evasive in the open space, and they just have had too many penalties. Obviously, the 2 interceptions have hurt them quite a bit, ending 2 of their drives, and that's a tip of the cap to the Livingston Academy defense, kind of like you said early on, that bend, don't break mentality defensively.
And that touchdown that was taken off the board, that had to affect them more ways than one, because mentally you're so high, you're feeling it's 21-7. You get the extra point, 21-7. We're right back in this game. All of a sudden, 60 yards down the field, you've got a penalty. It takes it back, and that changes the whole feeling of that team, doesn't it? And
that was still with about 5 minutes to go in that first half as well. So you still had plenty of time to maybe get a stop, maybe do something special, and make it a 1-score game. But yeah, like you said, at least make it a 2-score game. The holding penalty, and that's been their one big thing on their offensive drives. Have been a few delay of games. Again, no play clock. They have to pay attention to that back judge. Haven't been able to do so. And again, it's a new quarterback in Isaiah McMillan, who at times has looked really solid, especially running the football. And you can see there's flashes with this Cumberland County team. Again, non-region this year, not playing the region schedule, going independent. They look good, and I think they are going to surprise some people, and they did last year. They played White County really tight. They played DeKalb County really tight. Just weren't able to get that region victory. Probably should have beat this Livingston Academy team last year and weren't able to get the job done. But I think this Cumberland County team is going to surprise you later on down the season. A lot of these young guys stepping up and making some plays, but really, really impressed with the Wildcats right now and taking care of business, doing what we expected them to do, and maybe even doing a little bit more.
I think that's probably the best statement you made right there, that they're doing a little bit more than maybe people expected, because it was an unknown. You just didn't know. A new coach, new system, new everything. And if it was Adrian Jenkins that was thrown down, those linemen have to be thinking, we've seen this 2 years, when things have happened to him that have taken him out of this season. So they're going to be a little overprotective with Adrian, I believe.
Absolutely, and they have to be. They've got the size this year as well. I mean, it's their success is going to rely heavily on those guys in the trenches. They've got some good size. Can they make the right blocks? And defensively, I think maybe that's one of the things they need to work on in the second half, is that defensive line been a little bit soft at times. They made some good plays at times as well. Jordan Geist has made some really big plays, especially later on in that first half, so they're starting to make some of those adjustments. You saw one of those timeouts after a couple of those big run plays to make those adjustments to try to slow down that run game. Did a really nice job after that, and now you're going to have time now. You've seen that whole first half. Got some time here at halftime to make more adjustments. We'll see what they can do defensively, because that's been the one big thing right now for Livingston Academy is big plays for Cumberland County. Can you limit those? Get the offense back out there. They're going to get the football to start it out in the second half. Can you go on a prolonged drive, get some more points on the board, and really try to put this game away early on in the second half?
Yeah, 4 or 5 6-minute drive and a touchdown would just put this so far out of distance. If you want to, we'll take a look at some individual stats from the first half here on the Happy Hiller halftime report here on UCR. As for Livingston Academy, they have a total of 205 yards of total offense. Cumberland County's put up some pretty good numbers, 168 yards of total offense for the Jets, as they've got 133 on the ground, plus a lot of that big touchdown run that was called back. 35 yards in the air for Cumberland County. Leading the way rushing is Liam Stevens. He's been a workhorse tonight. 7 carries in the first quarter, 11 carries in the second quarter, so 18 carries, 75 yards on the night for Liam Stevens. Isaiah McMillan, 8 carries, 48 yards. 1 carry, 15 yards, or rather 1 carry, 10 yards for Zane Kane, who came in relief of Liam Stevens when he just needed a break there in the second quarter, and they end up with 133 yards on the ground. Throwing the football, Isaiah McMillan has completed 3 of 6 on the night. Actually, he's completed 4 of 6 on the night, with catches being made by Liam Stevens, 2 catches for 12 yards, 1 catch for 8 yards for Brady Reagan, and 1 catch for 15 yards for Hunter Wright to give them their total of 35 passing yards and a total of 168 yards of total offense. They picked up 10 first downs, big number, 2 turnovers in the first half for the Cumberland County Jets. Now for Livingston, rushing the football, 80 yards on the ground, big first half by Caden Watzel. 74 yards for Watzel, including a 3-yard touchdown run, their 3rd touchdown of the night. 3 carries, 6 yards for Adrian Jenkins to give them their total of 80 rushing yards. Throwing the football, Jenkins has completed 9 of 13. Wildcats also had an incomplete pass by Coy Wright, so they're 9 of 14 in the first half throwing the football. 125 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading receiver, Caden Watzel. 3 catches, 70 yards in the first half for Watzel. 3 catches, 32 yards and a touchdown for Rocco Carwile. 1 catch and a touchdown for Frankie Guerrero. 1 catch, 7 yards for Logan Sales. 1 catch, 2 yards for Jesse Gentry to give them their total of 125 yards, 205 yards of total offense. So Cumberland County actually more first downs than Livingston. Cumberland County with 10. Livingston with 7, no turnovers for the Wildcats, and just a good first half, and they lead it 21-0. 7 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second.
Greg, how many first downs did you say for Livingston Academy?
7.
7 of them. That could have been 7 times your business's name could have been called in that first half. First down still available on this Livingston Academy broadcast if you want to reach out and get your name on the broadcast for first downs. Take a check at the Livingston Regional Hospital scoreboard at halftime here across the state of Tennessee. A few games going on. One of about 8 or 9 games going on across the state right now. Walker Valley at halftime leads Cleveland 21-3. Oak Ridge over Knoxville Halls 28-7 in the third quarter. Signal Mountain is beating Chattanooga Central 22-0 in the third quarter. Big score here. Green Hill leading Beach at halftime 21-7. Score of note there for Cookeville, who is in Green Hill's region, and Beach, pretty good football team, so we'll see what that looks like later on this season. Haywood leads Henry County at halftime 15-8. Munford over Memphis Business in the first quarter 24-0, and of course our score right now at halftime of the Happy Hiller halftime show 21-0 at the break. And that once again our Livingston Regional Hospital scoreboard.
So we're getting close to the start of the second half. You want to take a break here, and we'll get ready for the second half. As we'll tell you, you're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring 31 acres of beautiful rolling hills and timber. 3 tracts of land located in Albany, Kentucky are perfect for a new home site or recreational paradise with lots of wildlife. You can bid on this property at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends August 26th at 10 a.m. Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of Services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this newly remodeled 4-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom home on the south side of Cookeville. This home sits on 1.7 acres and has a beautiful sunroom where you can see your private backyard that borders a creek. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Overton County Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to serve our community. Christy Key, John Godwin, and Corey Nard are your local auto, home, and life insurance experts. Whatever your insurance need, they will work to find you a solution. Visit them at 7486 Bradford Hicks Drive in Livingston or call them at 931-823-1322. Overton County Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to present Livingston Academy football all season long on UCR.
Back here at Cumberland County High School in Crossville, the dew has fallen, Jacob, here on the table as we get ready for this.
Yeah, you can really tell, especially in these early football games of the season, weeks 1, 2, and 3. Your papers don't really hold a whole lot of weight anymore. They just kind of turn into mush, and sometimes they're a little bit harder to write on. The table is starting to get a little bit wet, but hey, we're okay with this temperature. It feels wonderful outside compared to what it's been.
This is great. You look at last week, think it would have been last Thursday what we'd have been dealing with.
Oh, my goodness.
That's one good thing I looked at when we looked at the schedule. You go to Cumberland County, you know it's going to be cooler up here on the mountain, so that's always a good thing.
Craig, we got games tomorrow night. You're going to be back on the call. You get Cookeville and Siegel. That game will be on UCR3. Myself and Coach Shanks. We get Upperman and Knox Webb on UCR2. And our high school football game of the week presented by our newest all-inclusive sponsor, Mayberry's Furniture. You saw their great new commercial at the start of the broadcast a few times since then. York and Stone Memorial back up on the mountain for the high school football game of the week before Saturday. Macon County and Fulton. We get a full list of games, 5 broadcast games, 3 days. I think it's the first time, I was telling my wife, the beautiful Desiree Vinson, that it's the first time we've done 3 in a row, football games in a row, I think I've ever done in my life.
It's odd to have a Thursday and a Saturday, isn't it, on the same weekend for teams around the Upper Cumberland area.
Livingston Academy, they get to start off with the football first in the second half, up 21-0. Can they use this as an opportunity, get some points on the board, make it 28-0, and maybe they start to think about getting to that running clock in the second half?
They're going to drop Caden Watzel and Jesse Gentry deep to receive the kick. We'll see a kicker for Cumberland County for the first time. It's going to be number 12, Levi Neal, to kick off for the Jets, as they haven't kicked the football yet tonight, either by the kicker or by the punter. So this will be a first here as we get ready to get the second half underway.
And maybe watch out for a short kick here. These frontline guys for Livingston may have to be ready.
You never know. It's always a chance. It is a short kick, and it will be taken at the 20-yard line by Gentry to the 25. Cuts across the field, bounces outside. Gentry cuts up the middle now. Will take it up to the 35 and spin his way down to the 40-yard line. So a good return by Jesse Gentry. 20 yards on the return, and the Wildcats start this second half with good field position.
Been really impressed with Jesse Gentry. Obviously, he's got the one interception so far, but when he's been able to get into some space, he's made some really nice moves, making a few men miss, and he's able to get a nice return there of about 20 yards and great field position to start it off at their own 40-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They put up 21 points in the first half. It's been a good start to the season so far. They want to continue it here on this drive. Like you said, put some real pressure on Cumberland County. Sales coming out wide to the left. Carwile and Gentry going wide to the right. Watzel to the left of Jenkins. They'll hand off to Watzel. He bounces to the right, makes a one-man miss, now takes it across the 45 up to the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. He will get the 48, and he'll pick up about 8 yards and set up a 2nd down and 2.
And that's what's really impressive about Livingston Academy right now is you can get Weitzel in the backfield. You can put him in some space on a couple of bubble screens. You can get him on the outside. You've also got Rocco Carwile and Jesse Gentry out there. We've seen Frankie Guerrero catch a pass for a touchdown. A few different guys have been able to go to against this Cumberland County defense.
I tell you what, this offensive line, I thought has done a good job. They've given Jenkins some pockets, and they've opened some holes for them to run behind, and I thought just overall they played pretty well. Jenkins on 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats. Little handoff to Weitzel. He'll take it across midfield, across the 45, down to the 43-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play for Caden Weitzel. He'll move the chains for the first down of the second half for Livingston Academy.
Yeah, gains of 8 and 9, and they're going hurry up here.
Up to the line of scrimmage quickly. That tempo game has been pretty effective for them throughout this contest. They'll hand to Weitzel again. He'll take it down to the 40-yard line. So a little safe play there off the tempo, and he'll pick up 3 and set up a 2nd and 7.
And right now what Livingston Academy's doing offensively, really tiring down that Cumberland County defense, not allowing them to make subs, and then maybe on a play like this on 2nd and 7, you look down the field for Rocco Carwile and maybe take a shot.
That's what I'm thinking. They're setting up something deep right here with this up-tempo game, and then just all the inside handoffs. You got that man-to-man coverage on those wide receivers. There's no safety, and that's something you got to look for Guerrero possibly again, as Jenkins will have Weitzel behind him this time in the pistol.
Play clock going down to about 5.
Got to hurry here as snap is low. Jenkins goes down to get it, now steps up in the pocket. He's got room to run, and he'll slide at the 36-yard line. They gave him a little yardage on that slide, and he'll take it for a gain of about 4 and set up a 2nd and 3.
And that's a really good job by Adrian Jenkins. Blitz got picked up off his right side. He's able to step up in the pocket, realized he wasn't going to be able to get the ball out in time. He knows he's got the injuries in the past. He just sees some grass, takes it, slides down, and now you live to see another play.
It's 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats. I said 2nd and 3. Snap low again. Little hook pattern over on the far side. It's caught. It's a 1st down for Livingston Academy's Rocco Carwile. Just drive that defender back, make him turn his hips and come back to the ball, and Carwile making the catch, and they move the chain.
Yeah, a really good job again by Adrian Jenkins. Low snap by Slayton again. First time center this year in Slayton. He's been on the line for the last few years. Low snap last couple of times. Jenkins able to handle it well. Really nice catch by Carwile. Steps out of bounds and able to stop the clock.
Pretty good drive to start the second half for Livingston Academy. Guerrero, the H-back to the left side. The double receivers come near side this time with Sales and Gentry on the same side of the field. Play fake. They'll drop it off to Guerrero out of the H-back spot, and he slips down. Gain of a couple. We talked about that dew, and there's a lot of it, and that might have affected that run right there by Frankie Guerrero.
And again, this Cumberland County field is the best it's looked in quite some time, so it wasn't because of the field. It was just, I think, that the humidity is starting to rise up a little bit, getting a little bit cooler, and some moisture is pulling up there on the field.
2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats from Cumberland County's 30-yard line. They've had it the first 3 minutes of the second half as Livingston, as we move under 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. 6 men in the box for the Jets. They'll hand to Weitzel trying to run outside, and he's got some room. To the 20, to the 10, to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown, Caden Weitzel. 30 yards to the house, and the Wildcats go up 27-0.
Second rushing touchdown of the night for Caden Weitzel, this time from 30 yards out. And again, you just put him into space. He makes good things happen, picks up a couple of blocks, and then it's sayonara afterwards. Weitzel to pay dirt once more, and the Wildcats starting to put the hammer down on the Jets.
124 yards on the ground for Caden Weitzel. He's caught now 70 yards on the night, so 194 yards of offense for Weitzel in game 1 of 2025, and Coy Smith trying to go 4 for 4 on extra points. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and with 8:43 to play in the third, your new score, Livingston Academy 28, Cumberland County 0. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931 801-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Academy, an impressive drive to start the second half. They come out and they march it down the field after a good kickoff return to start the drive, to set up the start of the drive by Jesse Gentry, capped off by Caden Weitzel run, and Livingston taking a commanding 28-0 lead, and Coy Smith now to attempt the extra point, or to kick off after making the extra point. He's 4 of 4 on extra points here in this football season.
Yeah, just 7 plays there for the Wildcats, marching at 60 yards, capped off by that 30-yard rushing touchdown. And how about the night Caden Weitzel's having so far? Well over 100 yards total, 100 yards on the ground as well.
Liam Stevens deep to receive the kick. Smith booms this one away. Short kick, though. It'll be taken by Wright. He drops it. It's loose inside the 15-yard line. They'll fall on it back there. Will Hunter Wright. And a bad break there for Cumberland County. Things just really not going their way now as they'll fumble the kickoff, and it'll be falling on at the 12-yard line. So they got a long way to go after falling behind 28-0.
Well, and we saw them take a fair catch early on in that first half, something you normally don't see, especially on kickoffs at the high school level. And that could have been some of it, but also we've already mentioned that dew, some of that humidity, that could have been a little bit of it as well. Down 28-0, the Jets desperately looking for points, and the offense, they've shown some really good spurts. Put it in Stevens' hands, put it in McMillan's hands, and they've been able to get some space.
It's actually at the 13-yard line they'll spot it down where it's 1st and 10 for Cumberland County, so this is a huge drive right here. If they don't get some yardage to flip the field, Livingston's going to be really in control. Now, whistle stopping play, and it's going to be
too many men? Counting.
They're making sure.
Yep.
Illegal participation against Cumberland County, so that's going to take them half the distance to the goal, actually 5 yards, I guess, back to the 8-yard line.
Nobody's come off the field yet, and there they go.
Yeah,
they had 12 on the field, and they didn't have the guy coming off yet. And he just finally did.
Be bad for it to happen twice.
That wouldn't be great. At some point, one of them just has to run off.
So they do move it back to the 8-yard line where it's now 1st and 15, so they're behind the chains to start this second half. So things just kind of going the wrong direction right now for Cumberland County. They'll fake the handoff to Stevens. McMillan going to keep it, but he's going to be wrapped up on a good play there. Couple of tacklers there for Livingston. Number 7 in there, that is Derek Munoz, along with number 22, that is Guerrero in there to make the stop.
That's some more words after the play as well. 2 more flags being thrown at the end of the play, and we obviously saw a lot of that happening at the end of the first half. And I'm not so sure the ball didn't come out late there. Kind of sounded like the Livingston Academy bench was yelling like it was loose. I didn't quite see it, but and then they had some words afterwards, and so the officials trying to figure that out now as well.
Let's see what they sort out here is Cumberland County.
They were ready to go.
Yeah, they're ready to go to the line of scrimmage. It's a dead ball personal foul against Livingston, so that's going to give Cumberland County a first down.
That's big.
That's big.
And it didn't look like anything physical, so again, it could have been something said.
First down of the second half now for Cumberland County. So that ends up being an 18-yard play. 3 yards on the run, 15 on the penalty. And now it's 1st and 10 Cumberland County at their own 28-yard line. Handoff Stevens. Stevens up the middle, spins his way to a first down, takes it across the 40 up to the 42, 43-yard line. Ball comes out. Livingston's got it. That's Jesse Gentry with his second turnover of the night. Is it official? It is official. It's a fumble recovery by Jesse Gentry, and he takes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. Second big play by Jesse Gentry.
Man, we were talking about the night Caden Weitzel's having offensively. Jesse Gentry on the defensive side, an interception, and now I think it was a fumble forced and a fumble recovery. Just kind of took it right out of the hands of the ball carrier. And Livingston Academy has the football back again deep into Cumberland County territory, and a Cumberland County player helped off the field. Looked like some cramps. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of those early on in the season. But what a job by this Wildcats defense after a couple of big plays by Cumberland County. The Wildcats answer right back, and Jesse Gentry with his second takeaway of the day.
And how many times do you see that? A running back battling for extra yardage and just get stripped away?
Yep. He was in that pile trying to spin around, didn't quite take enough care of the football. Gentry able to force it.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. This drive will start inside the Twin Lakes Tractor red zone, where it's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, trying to add to their 28-0 lead. Play action. Jenkins in trouble. He's going to be sacked. First sack of the night for Cumberland County, as the Jets will get him back at the 18-yard line. So a loss of 5 on the play for Adrian Jenkins, and we haven't seen many of those negative plays tonight from the Livingston offense.
Just a couple of times they've been able to get into the backfield. That time they quickly got into the backfield, and Jenkins wasn't able to get the football out quick enough. Smartly just goes down, takes the hit, and once again, 2nd and long upcoming.
2nd and 15. Trip receivers to the right side. Watch some kind of motion-type pick play here by Livingston. Play action for Jenkins. He's got a man wide open down the far sideline. Just missed him. It was Logan Sales running free for Livingston, but the two just couldn't make the connection, and the pass falls incomplete.
Man, that was a beautiful play run by Livingston Academy. You said it. Play action, fake on the handoff. Sales wide open in the back corner of the end zone, and just off the fingertips of Sales up that right side.
Brings up a 3rd down and 15 now for the Wildcats offense. Would you maybe take 2 downs here, or is this a chance to get Coy Smith some work in a game?
You're up 28-0. I think you give Coy Smith an opportunity. He's got a pretty good leg on him, and right now you're at the 18-yard line, 19-yard line. Be close to about a 35, 36-yarder, so pretty good one for a high school kicker.
3rd and 14. Jenkins has time. Jenkins slant pattern, going to be knocked away. Good defense that time by Cumberland County, and they're knocking it away as number 6. That is Grayson Dunlap with the deflection to stop the touchdown for the Livingston Academy offense.
That's a tremendous pass breakup from Dunlap in the secondary there, because he was beat by Rocco Carwile. If he's able to get there first, that's a catch and into the end zone for another 6 points for the Wildcats. Good throw by Jenkins, even better defensive play by Dunlap.
Coach Caleb Qualls thinking they might be a little out of the range of Coy Smith, so he keeps the offense out there on 4th and 15. Jenkins with Weitzel to his left and penalty markers down. Maybe delay of the game again here against Livingston. No, it's a false start on the Wildcats, so that'll back them up 5 yards.
So not exactly what you want to see after already being behind the chains. Now you're even more so, and definitely not going to think about kicking it. And now you're looking at the end zone here.
Could be a huge momentum swing if Cumberland County, after giving up that turnover, can get a stop here against the Livingston Academy offense. But the Wildcats trying to convert on a 4th and about 20. Jenkins has time. He's got a man in the end zone thrown up there. Is it caught? It is caught. That is Rocco Carwile. Dropped it right in the bucket. A dime from Adrian Jenkins. Touchdown 23 yards out for the Wildcats, and they go up 34-0.
That was an absolutely picture-perfect throw from Adrian Jenkins, and a really nice catch by Rocco Carwile as well. One of those where it's over the shoulder, you lose it for just a second, into the breadbasket it goes. He makes the catch for the 2nd touchdown catch of the night for Rocco Carwile.
And he was fading away, and that makes it even tougher. Coy Smith to attempt the extra point. Trying to add to this lead. The snap high, placed down by Gentry. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. Missed it wide to the right, so it's 7:08 to play in the 3rd. Your new score, Livingston Academy 34, Cumberland County 0. You're watching high school football, presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring 31 acres of beautiful rolling hills and timber. 3 tracts of land located in Albany, Kentucky are perfect for a new home site or recreational paradise with lots of wildlife. You can bid on this property at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends August 26th at 10 a.m. Amonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Academy with a picture-perfect throw from Adrian Jenkins. Rocco Carwile with his second touchdown catch of the night. And the Wildcats go up 34-0 with Coy Smith set to kick off now for Livingston. As Cumberland County has Stevens deep in the middle of the field. He is flanked on his left by Wright, on his right by Neal. Might ought to flip him, put Wright on the right. Smith pops this one straight up, a little shorter kick. Wright diving after it will make the catch as he's falling down at the 18-yard line. And he's had some things happen over there on those kick-receive catches by Wright, hadn't he?
Yeah. As we've obviously saw the fair catch a little earlier. Last one was muffed. That time slips out, able to dive on top of it. And we are now into that running clock territory. 30 points in the second half. Used to be 35, shortened it down to 30 a couple seasons ago. So Livingston Academy up to those 34 points. The only negative part on that last drive, Smith missed his first extra point of the ball game. And coming from a former kicker, a lot of that, sometimes the snap, the hold, all those got to be good. And it could have been one of those, or he could have just missed it wide right.
It was a little high, and Gentry had to go up and pull it down. That throws the timing off a little bit, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. All three have to match up perfectly.
Handoff goes to Gentry. He'll try the left side this time. He hasn't ran that way much, and he doesn't get much of a gain on that play as Livingston's going to wrap him up after a short gain, pickup of about 3 for Liam Gentry.
And you're starting to see Cumberland County get a little bit tired. You saw it defensively, and that's a credit to Livingston Academy. They've been the aggressor in this football game, and when you've got 4th and very, very long, you're looking at a shot to the end zone, you need a perfect play. That's exactly what they got, and we saw some pretty good defensive play there from Dunlap in that last series, just unable to finish it off, and now you're down big in the second half. 2nd
and 7 for Cumberland County, just beyond the 20-yard line. Stevens trying to bounce it outside. Penalty marker down, so this is coming back. Going to be a hold there in the backfield as Stevens, good cutback, but the hold is what helped make it possible. And there's the signal. It's right at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd down and long now for the Jets.
And that's one of the big things for the Jets right now as well that they've really struggled with in this football game. And it started early on in the first half. Haven't been super disciplined. A lot of penalties against them, backing up, getting behind the chains, and not being able to get on schedule. And that's kind of been the biggest thing here in the second half so far compared to the first half where the Jets were having a good amount of success on offense. They were able to stay on schedule, stay ahead of the chains, getting behind the chains quite a bit here in the second half.
Yeah, that's just something that when you get down 34-0, sometimes that discipline kind of wanes a little bit, and it's kind of happening to them right now. But it's 2nd and long here for Cumberland County. 2nd, and they'll call it 16. Looks more like 17. Handoff will go to Stevens. Tries to get to the edge. That's taken away, but he cuts inside that defender. Stevens to the 30. Stevens to the 40. It's a foot race to the Livingston 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the goal line. Touchdown, Liam Stevens. 88 yards for the score for the Jets.
And no dirty laundry on the field this time, so this one's going to stand. Liam Stevens finally gets the big one on the board. And there is a player down, another cramp for the Jets, but Liam Stevens, another big run. You said it, 88 yards, takes it to the house. Unfortunately for the Jets, I think it's going to be a little too late for them, but heck of a job by Stevens, who's now well over 100 yards rushing.
183 on the night for Liam Stevens. He's also caught 2 passes for 12 yards, so he's up to 195 yards of total offense. That's a big night for the Cumberland County running back. And again, that speed, you don't expect him to pull away from defensive backs the way he's a bigger size running back, but when he gets out on the edge, he is just impressive with that run.
Especially for these Wildcats who do have some speed, some good speed in that secondary.
Cumberland County to attempt the extra point to try to cut it down to 27. The kick is up, and the kick is good. The extra point is good by Carson Smith, knocking it through for Cumberland County. So with 4:23 to play in the third, the Jets are on the board for the first time tonight. Livingston Academy 34, Cumberland County 7. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau. on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Liam Stevens, an impressive run. He's had a couple of big runs, one of them called back by a penalty, but that one 88 yards, 195 yards of total offense, 183 on the ground, 12 in the air. That's a big night to start his career in this 2025 season.
Yeah, absolutely. Stevens, one of those few returners for this Cumberland County team, kind of putting the team on his back in this game. Obviously, we said it, they've been doing some really good things offensively, finally able to cash in, and that's one of those flashes. It finally has come through. You're going to see that a lot more this season for the Jets. Can they put that together for 3 and 4 quarters, though, and clean up some of the mistakes?
And you were talking possibly to start the second half, possibly an onside kick. It really might be a possibility here with Levi Neal with it lined up. Neal kicking quickly. It is a pooch kick. It's going to bounce. That's a loose ball, and Livingston's going to come up with it, I believe. They battle for it. Livingston had it looked like for a second, but now let's wait and see.
They had it initially. No signal yet. Cumberland County not quite cheering like they got it, so I think it is going to be Wildcat football.
Caden Trauber. He's the one that was able to make that catch, and, boy, you get blown up when you make that catch right there, and he did, but he held on, and Livingston's going to keep the football.
He absolutely did. A great job by him. You know it. When you're down or when you're up by that much this late in the game, you're probably going to get a few of those and some weird plays. You got to be ready for them, and a credit to the Wildcats. They were ready for them, and now you got to keep the pedal down. Got to keep it going here offensively for the Wildcats with Adrian Jenkins and company.
Yeah, you can't let up now. This offense is clicking, and just kind of want to keep improving on everything that you've been working on throughout the summer. Jenkins, 2 wide receivers to the right side, and H-back that way as well. Jenkins will hand off to Weitzel. Weitzel's got some room. He's got a first down inside Cumberland County territory down to the 42-yard line. He'll pick up 12 on the run and pick up a first down for the Wildcats.
And so they do go back with it being under those 30 points. It is back to the normal clock now in the second half for this Cumberland County team. So able to get rid of the running clock, at least for the moment, as the Wildcats going to try to put it back on.
1st and 10, Livingston from Cumberland County's 41, they say. Jenkins hands off Weitzel. Weitzel again cuts inside, lowers his head, takes it across the 35, down to the 34-yard line. He'll gain 7. And we were talking about that. They don't stop it in basketball when it gets under 30, but in football they do. You would think you'd have a better chance to come back in basketball maybe than – but that's one of the things you just think about sometimes.
Of course, mentioned it a little bit earlier, but they shortened it, at least in football, from 35 to 30 to maybe make it a little bit closer. Clock running here, though, after a run play, obviously.
2nd and 3 for the Livingston offense. They're at the 34-yard line of Cumberland County. Jenkins hands off Weitzel again. Weitzel pushing the pile forward. He'll be short of the first down. He doesn't get much of a spot, it doesn't look like, over on the far side. Maybe a yard, maybe 2 on the play for Caden Weitzel.
Yeah, he was trying to get that extra push. The lineman trying to push it up just a little bit. Now 3rd down and short. And we haven't seen a whole lot of that power. Doesn't look like we're going to get it here as well. I mean, these skill guys have been pretty darn solid so far tonight.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of that jumbo either, though, that I was hoping to see them run a little bit. Maybe they're saving that till later on so nobody can see it until they need it in the region. And Weitzel again, he'll turn the right side. Caden has a first down and more. Weitzel breaks a tackle, takes it inside the 20 into the red zone as he's going to take it down to the 16-yard line. That'll be 17 yards on the run by Caden Weitzel as he's up to 161 yards rushing we've got him unofficially with. That's a first down for Livingston Academy, and they're in the Twin Lakes Tractor red zone at the 16-yard line, call it the 15-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Livingston.
And Liam Stevens, Caden Weitzel been putting on a show on the ground so far tonight. And now see if Adrian Jenkins maybe tries to air one out here deeper into the red zone.
1st and 10 Wildcats as It's Watzel again up the middle. Watzel still running. Didn't look like there was any room, but he found a crease and takes it inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Another 8 yards for Caden Watzel.
I mean, he's just churning yards right now. Obviously, he's getting some good blocks in front of him, but he's been able to push that pile a little bit. Another good gain. Sets him up deeper inside the red zone, out down to the 7-yard line.
And really, you look at, there's a possibility of 7 plays here if they need them
Yeah.
from the 7-yard line.
You're going to try to get back to that running clock if you can, still with 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Taking their time here, though, between plays. They're going to have to hurry. A little confusion.
Jenkins looks back again. They haven't started the arm movement like you've talked about. Now they have. He's got to hurry and just get the play off as the handoff goes to Watzel in a short gain this time. He'll pick up a yard and take it down to the 6-yard line, but Cumberland County defended that pretty well.
Able to stuff that time up the middle. And again, that could have been some of that confusion, just trying to hand it off up the middle. And now you're going to get the play call in from that sideline, try to get everybody set with under a minute to go now in the third quarter.
I'm far from official. I'm nowhere close to that, as anybody knows through the years. But I've got Watzel with 170 yards on the ground, 70 yards in the air, 240 yards of total offense for Caden Watzel.
Goodness.
3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats offense. Jenkins. He fakes to Watzel. Jenkins going to throw in the end zone. That's going to be off the hands of Guerrero and incomplete.
It's a pretty good attempt. It looked like he was just going to try to throw that one out of bounds. Guerrero trying to go up and snag it out of the air. And then, again, another good throw where Jenkins is throwing it to where only his teammate can get to it. None of the defenders have a chance to get a hand on the football. Guerrero just unable to haul it in. And like you said, could be those 7 plays try to get this in. It's going to be 4th and 3 here. And if you get that first down, well, you get 4 more.
Yeah, but it is 4th down, so they've got to convert to keep a chance at having that many plays, and they're taking a lot of time. They may be going to take a timeout here. As now Jenkins comes up to the line of scrimmage to call the play. They'll send 2 wide receivers to the left side. H back to the left side. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Handoff will go to Watzel. Watzel to the 5. Watzel cuts around the block by Sales, and Watzel will score from 7 yards out. His 2nd touchdown on the ground tonight.
Another good run by Caden Weitzel. 6 more points on the board for the Wildcats, 40 of them so far tonight. And that offense has looked really, really solid. Another 4th down conversion for L.A. and chance to tack on another one.
Yeah, 177 yards now for Watzel here in this game. And that's just some impressive numbers as Coy Smith on to attempt the extra point, try to make this a 41-7 game. Snap a little low. Gentry able to pick it up, put it down, and the kick is up. And the kick is good. They waited a minute, didn't signal. I was going to wait on them. Like I said, I try not to guess because I'll be wrong 90% of the time. So your score, Livingston Academy 41, Cumberland County 7. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Turf Masters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here at Cumberland County High School in Crossville, Tennessee, as the Wildcats, with an answer, each team has had, every possession has been a touchdown in this half, hasn't it? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's been a fun one so far, with the exception Jesse Gentry able to force that fumble and then the fumble recovery from Stevens early on. But yeah, every other play or every other series has ended in a touchdown for both sides. Obviously, the long touchdown run for Stevens right after. Weitzel's been able to get in a couple of times here in this half. Rocco Carwile 1 time for the Wildcats.
Coy Smith, the kickoff. Smith will put this one in the air. They're going to the far side again. It'll bounce. Wright will field it on a bounce. Now going to be wrapped up over there by the coverage team. Good job by Caden Weitzel getting down there to make the tackle. He plays on special teams as well, and comes down and makes a great tackle right at the ankles.
He gave a little bit of a lick right there as well, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Great first three quarters for the Livingston Academy Wildcats.
We're through three complete. It is Livingston Academy 41, Cumberland County 7. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares? What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day. What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
First and 10, Cumberland County from their own 22-yard line. Fumble on the play. I think they've got a new quarterback in there. He's going to run it off the right side, and it will be a pretty good gain. Let's see who that is. That's going to be number 4 out there. That is still the same quarterback. Isaiah McMillan on the carry, but I think one thing we might need to talk about a little bit is how many times Livingston's converted on fourth down tonight. They've done an excellent job on fourth down.
It's been really impressive. Obviously, they were behind the sticks on the touchdown pass to Rocco Carwile from 23 yards. That was 4th and long. They could have gotten a first down, but they only had 3 yards to get into the end zone afterwards. Throw it to the end zone. Cade Weitzel there on that time from a little bit shorter. They've done a really good job converting when they need to.
It'll be McMillan again. He'll bounce it outside. He's got some room to the 40, to the 45, and steps out of bounds at the 46-yard line is Isaiah McMillan, and a big run there, taking it all the way. They say actually stepped out of bounds at the 46, so that's 21 yards for Isaiah McMillan after 11 yards on the run before that.
Well, he's had a couple of big ones. Obviously, we've seen Stevens rip off a few big ones. The 88-yard touchdown run his last time out. McMillan showing what he can do, and player behind the play down for Livingston Academy. Just another one of those cramps early on. And fortunately, it's not too warm out today, but first game of the season, you're going to have a lot of those cramps. I'm ssure we'll see a lot of those tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, you can't simulate actual game play in practice. There's no way to get where you're going to burn up the whatever that burns out of the system that causes the cramps. Right. I don't know what it is, but you can't simulate that. So you're going to get more, especially week 1, week 2, week 3, and by the time you get to week 3, it starts cooling down a little bit more, and the humidity leaves a little bit. But yeah, it hadn't been bad as it could have been with the cramp situation.
For the Wildcats, mentioned a great start in this game and a good opportunity next week as well. They're going to welcome in the bigger 6A Warren County that is also independent this season. First home game for Hawkeye. First time for you back there inside the stadium as well, and it should be a fun homecoming for these Wildcats to get it started. Obviously, you got to finish out this game, but definitely some good things to look forward to for the Wildcats this season.
Oh, yeah, this is if you're a Wildcat fan, you've got to be happy with the way things have started out. That was Jesse Gentry that was cramping up, so that's a pretty big part of this defense that's had to leave here.
We'll definitely be paying attention to him.
It's first and 10, Cumberland County from the Livingston 46. They'll hand it to Stevens. Stevens going to be wrapped up for a loss. That hasn't happened often tonight, but the Wildcats do it there and tackle him for a yard loss.
Yeah, good job gang tackling that time. The block's able to hold up. They're able to get off of him, shed him just enough. Those linebackers come in and able to wrap him up and bring him down. And a good job by this Livingston Academy defense. And some of these secondary guys now, these reserve guys, starting to get some playing time with the running clock on there in the fourth quarter as well.
Yeah, it's Frankie Guerrero in there on the tackle, and your guy, Biscuit Loftus, helping out to make the stop, and it's 2nd and 10. Stevens splits out this time. No, he's still back there. They'll hand off to him. He'll try to bounce it to the left. Pretty quick move. Gets him to the 40. He's in open field again. Oh, tripped up. Great saving tackle. Touchdown, possibly saving tackle by Jordan Geist to bring him down at the 19-yard line.
First of all, that was one heck of a move by Stevens in the backfield just to get away from that initial defender, and then a tremendous tackle by Geist in the open field to wrap him up from behind. Another big gain for Stevens, though, and he's put himself together a really nice game.
I've got him with 211 on the ground for Cumberland County.
Going to see a lot of him this season.
And 12 in the air, so he's got 223. Yeah, he's going to be a threat. It's 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line of Livingston for Cumberland County as McMillan rolling out. He'll cut it upfield. He'll bounce it outside. Oh, that's a good open field tackle right there by the Wildcats defense as coming up to wrap him up is going to be number 20 in there on the stop, and that is Jackson Sims on the tackle, but it's a 1st and goal for Cumberland County from the 8-yard line.
So another gain of 11 that time for the Cumberland County offense. And again, you're starting to see this Cumberland County offense and some of the flash and flair that they have. Stevens first, McMillan that time, and they've got the pieces to do it. Just got to be able to put them together every single play.
1st and goal from the 8 for the Cumberland County Jets as Livingston trying to keep them to only one score as Cumberland County scored on their last possession, trying to add another here. H-back in the backfield this time. McMillan going to keep it. McMillan in trouble. McMillan's going to be sacked. Caden Watzel back there to tackle him for a loss on the run play, so maybe not technically a sack, but I hadn't got to say it yet, so I'll say it there. And it's going to be a 2nd and goal now for Cumberland County.
Either way, and you can tackle McMillan in the open field. That's a really, really good job by Caden Watzel, and a good job, obviously, to get to the quarterback as well. A little bit of a loss, and back him up back to that 11-yard line now.
Yeah, 2nd and goal, and Livingston chance to keep that continuing clock going if they can hold them here. Cumberland County trying to get that stopped here in the 4th quarter. McMillan hands off to Stevens. Stevens again trying to stretch it out. Livingston strings the play out. Watzel cut him off, and then they cut it back inside, and he's going to be brought down there by Derek Munoz on the tackle. Another loss on the play, but give Caden Watzel credit for setting that edge and making him cut back inside where the tackle could be made.
You said it perfectly. Got to the edge, set that edge, not able to go anywhere up the field. The rest of his defense got behind him, and you can start to see some of these starters now, hands on knees. It's getting late in game number 1. They're getting a little bit tired. They're trying to finish this drive off, get the ball back in the hands of their offense, and put this game to bed.
3rd down and goal from the 12. Clock runs. Will be under 7 minutes when this play is snapped. And Livingston back-to-back negative plays forced by this Wildcat defense. McMillan bobbled the snap, gets control of it, now has pressure. He'll throw on the move, pass complete, but it's going to be out of bounds short of the goal line. So it'll be 4th and goal as the catch made there by Tyler Phillips, taking it down to the 6-yard line. A pickup of about 6 on the play for Tyler Phillips. First pass, first completion of the second half by Cumberland County.
Yeah, it's still got to go about 6 yards to get it into the end zone. And you can see this Livingston Academy defense, they are tired, but they also know they need one more stop, and then they're going to be able to get their offense back out there on the field.
I said Tyler Phillips. It's actually number 8. Sam Mensenides on the catch. They've got 6, 7, 8 together. They just kind of ran together on me. It's Mensenides making his first catch, and it's 4th and goal now for the Jets offense. So big play here for this Livingston defense. McMillan rolling to his left. Tough way to throw. He's in trouble. Flips it. Complete inside the 5-yard line, but he's going to be brought down short of the goal line. Logan Sales in there to wrap up the wide receiver. That was Mensenides again that made his second catch, but he's short of the goal line, and Livingston will stop them on downs inside the red zone and will take over.
Yeah, a really good job by the Livingston Academy defense. They knew they needed to make one more stand. They do just that, and now the clock will be running with their offense back out there, and they're going to put this ball on the turf and keep it running and try to walk out of here with their first victory of the season and a good start to this season.
And let's see if Coach Caleb Qualls might sub a little bit here with the 41-7 lead with the clock running at 5.5 to play in the 4th quarter. So Livingston going to get the season started with a win on the road. And now with the way their schedule works out, 6 of the next 9 are in Tom Davis Memorial Stadium. So that's huge for this Wildcat team.
Always a great place to play, and obviously that facility has turned into one of the best across the Upper Cumberland, turf included. And it's going to be a fun week next week for them against Warren County. Warren County, another independent team, and kind of see what they have in store for the Wildcats. But a great first week so far for Livingston Academy.
So the starters are done for Livingston Academy. Looks like Logan Sales is going to be the quarterback for the Wildcats. He'll be directing a little traffic here, and tough place to take over, though, inside the end zone when he takes the snap.
Yeah.
I think they had a delay of the game against the Wildcats on that exchange.
They sure did.
So they back him up half the distance. So he's actually going to be scrimmaging from the 2-yard line. So Sales, the quarterback now for Livingston, will take the snap. He'll hand off in the end zone. That's going to be a safety. Tackled in the end zone for a safety is going to be the new running back, and that is number 5 there for the Wildcats. That is Creed Taylor. It'll be a safety for Cumberland County. They'll score 2 points and make it 41-9.
And there really wasn't anything Livingston could do right there. Obviously, you're bringing in those reserve guys, some of the backup guys, and you're trying to create some space, but your backs are against the wall. Couldn't get enough space to get out of the end zone, and even if you do, you're only going to be on about the half-yard line, so it would have even been tougher. So now you're going to have to punt the football away, and Cumberland County will get it back with 4:30 to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, so a break right there, and you know, every time that happens, I think back to York a few years ago. Coach Derek Samber, Livingston York, they were battling and gets a safety. He onside kicks. You never see an onside kick. And Coach Samber, he's a good friend. Coach, hey, sometimes it works. That's all he said. And that's true, but it took some guts to be able to do it. But I wouldn't think that anybody would try that here, but that's just one of the stories that pops into your mind every time something like that happens.
Coach Samber definitely not one that is afraid to go deep into that playbook and try new things, and sometimes they do work out for him. In their game against Epperman last year, that was a great case of it. He went way back into the playbook, ultimately fell in that game, but made it really close against the Bees late in the season.
And they're going to be competitive again this year. Those two may be the ones battling for the region. You never know.
Going to get to see first look at the Stone Memorial Panthers on the high school football game of the week presented by Mayberry's Furniture tomorrow against a good York Institute team that has made the semifinals 3 straight years. One of the only Upper Cumberland matchups up on the mountain tomorrow.
Kind of interesting there. Coach Samber played for Coach Wright at York, so that's always interesting when those two get together. Coach Wright, some great stories with him, too, over the years.
Absolutely.
So they're going to tee it up to kick here. So it's a possibility you could do it if you wanted to, if you're Coy Smith. But we'll get this kickoff here from Livingston Academy. Smith hits it short, bounces away. They didn't field it on the fly. Stevens going to go back and pick it up. Now he's in trouble, and now he's going to be brought down. No, the ball's taken away. Livingston stripped it from him. That's Caden Weitzel. Weitzel dives at the goal line. Did he score? Yes, he did. Caden Weitzel just pulled it out of his hands. The strip, it's not a scoop and score. It's a strip and score for Caden Weitzel. And the Cats put 6 more on the board.
Oh, my goodness. It's gone from bad to worse for Cumberland County. You don't field the short kick from Livingston Academy. First of all, great kick by Coy Smith just to try to put it over their heads, but all the Jets running forward, nobody fielding the football. They go back to try to pick it up, and that gave time for Livingston Academy to get back there in time. Caden Weitzel able to pick it up, and he's able to get into the end zone for the 4th time tonight for himself.
He's having a breakout game here as Livingston on to attempt the extra point. As Coy Smith out of the hold of Gentry back in there after leaving with those cramps a little bit ago, and the extra point is up, and it is no good, missed wide to the left. So with 4:11 to play in the 4th quarter, it is Livingston Academy 47, Cumberland County 9. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student-athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
So the second time tonight, Livingston's been able to just take the football out of the hands of a Cumberland County runner, and this time Caden Weitzel able to take it in and score the touchdown. And Livingston, 47 points. I'm trying to think. That's the most points they put up in a – well, no, the team from Kentucky. I can't remember who that was.
Jenkins.
They lit them up pretty good the last couple of years. So and Pickett County, I think they put up some big numbers. But still, great start to the season.
Yeah.
47-9 here, and they're doing it both on offense, defense, and on special teams.
I think that's the big thing. You were expected to come in here and play some good football, and I think they have risen past those expectations. And obviously the offense has looked really good, but the defense has created 3 or 4 takeaways. They've gotten some touchdowns themselves as well.
This one dropped again, muffed up by Stevens. He'll pick it up. Stevens now with a big return up the middle. Stevens dragging a defender, but that defender won't let go, and he'll wrap him up on the open field tackle by Rob Keenan. Keenan just got hold of Stevens and wouldn't let him go and pulls him down at the 43-yard line. Stick-to-itiveness by Keenan there to make that tackle.
Yeah, a really good job by Keenan to just, like you said, wrap him up and just drag him down. Don't let go of him until he finally hits the turf. And Stevens obviously is a tough guy to bring down, well over 200 yards of all scrimmage today. And he's had a great game, but it just hadn't been enough against this Livingston Academy front.
Yeah, one of two things is going to happen if you just hold on. Either you're going to bring him down, or you're going to get some help. So that's what you just want to do. And McMillan is back out there for Cumberland County. Number 4, he'll hand off to Stevens still in there, and he's going to be wrapped up. No gain on the play for Stevens. Might have got a yard on the carry. Tackle made by Livingston's number 69 out there. That is Noah Jones, along with number 73, Joshua Burchett. So some of the younger guys making a tackle.
Yeah, a lot more freshmen and sophomores out there right now for Livingston Academy, and it's always good when you can get everybody, almost everybody on the roster out there on the field, whether it be special teams, offense, or defense, and almost a picture-perfect first game for Livingston Academy here in Week 1.
It is, and when you get close to 50, that's hanging some points on the board.
Absolutely. Cumberland County kind of taking their time here, going to burn a timeout, it looks like.
They will take a timeout with 2:32 to play in the fourth. It is Livingston Academy 47, Cumberland County 9. You're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
After the timeout, Cumberland County does get a new quarterback out there. His pass going to be incomplete as the clock will continue to run on the incompletion. It'll set up a 2nd and 10 now for the Jets as we approach 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
And that's the main thing right now for both sides, keeping everybody injury-free, everybody safe for next week. Cumberland County, a matchup with Monterey, and obviously Livingston Academy headed back to Tom Davis Memorial Stadium where they'll get to face the Warren County Pioneers.
New quarterback is number 2, Hunter Wright. And one thing about playing on a Thursday night, you get a lot of time to go scout people tomorrow. Right. They can send coaches to a lot of different places. Ooh, that's a hard hit right there by Livingston Academy's defense as they're going to wrap up number 15 on the carry. That's Zane Cagle, and he got introduced to Joshua Burchett there, and Burchett just sent him the other way.
He absolutely introduced himself, said, "How you doing? Here's the turf."
That brings up a 4th down. It's 4th and 12. Now for Cumberland County, they're going to keep the offense out there because if Livingston gets it back, they're going to just take a knee, and now they are bringing another unit in, so they may be bringing the punt team in.
For this Livingston Academy team, you mentioned it, might get a chance to go see what Warren County looks like tomorrow in their season opener, and then maybe you head over to York and Stone. You're going to see both of those teams later on this season as well.
Yeah, just kind of split up the coaching staff is what they have a chance to do if they want to, as they will punt for the first time. Punt almost blocked by Livingston. They'll get it away. It's going to bounce and will be picked up by Sales. Logan Sales with it for Livingston. He's going to be brought down. There's a penalty marker down on the play. clock runs. If they don't watch it, that will be the last play of the game, and it may be before Livingston snaps it. I would think it would be.
I'm sure Livingston is perfectly fine with letting that run down. It looks like that's going to be the case as both teams are kind of making their way to the sidelines.
Yeah, they're not going to even think about snapping one. So Livingston Academy comes out and looks impressive in week one as they will break the huddle with Cumberland County, but Livingston's going to their sideline.
Yeah, it's well under the play clock now.
Yeah. And that's going to be your final score. Livingston Academy wins it by a final score of 47-9 over the Cumberland County Jets. We'll have our post-game show coming up right after this, as we'll tell you again, you're watching high school football presented by Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Overton County Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to serve our community. Christy Key, John Godwin, and Corey Nard are your local auto, home, and life insurance experts. Whatever your insurance need, they will work to find you a solution. Visit them at 7486 Bradford Hicks Drive in Livingston or call them at 931-823-1322. Overton County Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to present Livingston Academy football all season long on UCR. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Academy with the win to start the season under head coach Caleb Qualls gets his first win as the head coach of the Livingston Academy Wildcats as they come out and just control the game against Cumberland County in all facets, winning 47-9, forcing 4 turnovers on the night, and just I thought that was a key. The offense played well, but the turnovers just really set them up when they needed to have something happen. They made it happen on defense.
Yeah, and how about the games from Jesse Gentry and Caden Weitzel, both defensively and offensively, specifically for Weitzel. But you said it defensively, 2 interceptions in that first half, 1 from Gentry, 1 from Weitzel, and then the 2 fumbles and fumble recoveries. Weitzel had one of those, and Gentry had one of those. Yep. I mean, they were really, really good in that secondary for the Wildcats. And then on the offensive side of the ball, Adrian Jenkins running that offense really, really well. He got some great catches from Rocco Carwile, had some really good running from Caden Weitzel. The offensive line able to open up some space as well, and they were mixing it up really well. It wasn't all run, it wasn't all pass. Good mix between the two, some bubble screens in there, and I mean, you can't ask for much more. It seemed like everybody stayed healthy for the most part, as we did see Jesse Gentry come back out there, and for Coach Caleb Qualls, congrats to him, tip of the cap, first career win for him as head coach, and that's got to feel pretty good to get that off, and now you're looking at next week against Warren County.
I guess right now he's the only undefeated coach in Upper Cumberland.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So that's not bad. Let's take a look at a little bit of the stats really quick. We'll hit the high points here. As first of all, we got to talk a little bit about Liam Stevens.
Yeah.
Stevens, 209 yards on the ground. He caught a couple of passes for 12 yards. He ends up with 221 yards, scores their only touchdown, had another one called back on a long run, but 209 yards, and that was just an impressive night by him.
I tell you what, I mean, I know this Cumberland County team is independent this season, but Liam Stevens is legit. I mean, he's one of their senior guys. They're running back this season. You've got McMillan there at quarterback who can also run the football, but Stevens was their stalwart, and he's one of those bigger backs, but then he hits that secondary, and he's got that second gear, that extra speed that he can get to, and he just runs away from everybody. You saw it on the 74-yard touchdown run that got called back. You saw it on the 88-yard touchdown run. He was really impressive tonight for Cumberland County, and don't be surprised if you see him have a couple more 200-yard rushing games.
Oh, I think so. I think he's got the potential to do that. On the Livingston side, some of the highlights, Rocco Carwile, a couple of touchdowns for Rocco, 5 catches, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. Throwing the football, Adrian Jenkins completed 12 out of 5, 10, 15, 19 on the night for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He ends up with 155 yards throwing the football, so that's a pretty good night from Jenkins. And then Caden Weitzel, 177 on the ground, scored 3 touchdowns on the ground. He also got that fumble recovery that he took in to score his 4th touchdown. He caught 70 yards receiving, so 177. That's 247 of total offense for Caden Weitzel, unofficial. And somebody else may have him over 250, so he had a big night.
He's definitely going to be your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game as well. Caden Weitzel getting the job done defensively and offensively, and you saw him on special teams as well. All 3 facets of the game for Caden Weitzel. And coming into this season, you knew he was going to be one of those big names. Him and Rocco Carwile, both offensively, defensively. It was Weitzel's night tonight. And especially one thing we didn't even mention, there was no Drew Goolsby tonight. Yeah. He's going to be another one of those big names for this Wildcats team in maybe a few weeks once you get closer to region play, as he's trying to return from injury. So you get a big win like this without one of your senior leaders in Drew Goolsby. Rocco Carwile was really good. Caden Weitzel, tremendous. Once again, your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Can't say enough good things about Livingston Academy. Some positives to look at for Cumberland County as well. And what a game we had for the first game across the Upper Cumberland on a Thursday night. It was a fun night tonight. And obviously, Craig, glad to have you a part of Team UCR as well.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. I enjoyed it, Jacob. This has been fun. I look forward to doing a lot more of these and just helping y'all out anytime I can. I guess that's about it, I guess.
That's about it.
Livingston wins it tonight 47-9 over Cumberland County. They go to 1-0. Cumberland County drops to 0-1. Join us next week on Friday night. It's 8 days, so a little rest for Livingston Academy between now and next Friday. The home opener when Warren County comes to town. Thank you for joining us here on the Upper Cumberland Reporter, as we'll wrap this one up again. Thank you to our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. For Jacob Benson, I'm Craig Cantrell saying good night from Crossville, Tennessee.